There we go. Do-do-do. Ocean deep is my remedy. Little bit of a late night. It'd be a late night. It'd be a late night. Out in the deep. Ooh, ooh. Oops. There we go. Split screen that bitch. There we go. See to me some dreams, but your sense reality. Oh, your heart is alive, and it's no place for you, no memories. Ocean deep, yes, I'm a deep, it's ocean deep, yes, it's deep, ocean deep, in the memories of the silent hill until the eternal sea. I realize my screens are fucked up. What the fuck? What is this? Boo. That's great. Here, let's see if we can fix that. No, not that. It's not video settings. Oh god, I don't even want to fuck with that. Sounds like a bad idea. Lost the memories of the ocean deep. In my memories, no sunlight all around till the eternity. Let's see if that helps. See if that works. Does that help? It doesn't. Really? I put screens up in hopes that it would work, and it doesn't. That's great. That's awesome. What if I add like 3 of them? And there is no help. Boo. Well, that sucks. Damn. Why must the screens be fucked up? That's sad. I mean, funny enough, they actually are there now. They just don't want to appear. I'm trying to see it, like, what congregation they would work in, at least. Because that would at least, be pretty good. You have to kind of figure that out, at least. Which none of them want to work. That's just great. Here, I'm trying to see if fickle fucking with them would help, and it ain't helping. Here, let's see if adding another will this help? Here, let's see. It doesn't. Whatever. Whatever. I guess I'm not really, looking to be here that long. Maybe for at least an hour. But I was wanting to maybe, like, look at something. Check a video out and stuff like that. But no, I guess not. Wait. Vosh is doing an emergency stream. Hamas storms Israel. Mayor dead. Wait, what the dude, what is he streaming about? What the hell? What is going on? Yo, he is live right now at like 2:30. Wait, what time is it? It's 2:30 in the fucking morning and Vosh is streaming. And my screens don't work and I want to see what the fuck he's, streaming about. Like, no. Come on. I actually am curious. A mayor's dead, like Hamas is storming. What the fuck is going on? Come on, screens. Work for me, baby. Come on, let's go. Here, hold on. I'm gonna try to split screen it in hopes that maybe I can figure this out. Because dude, what the fuck is going on? There's some news going on? Come on, screens, work for me, baby. Are any of you working? I'm gonna move them around in hopes that they work. None of them are working. That's fucking awesome. I love that. I love that shit. That is awesome. Unconfirmed reports of Hamas using paratroopers. Dude, dude, Vosh is streaming right now, and I want to fucking look at it, but my screens don't want to work. I'm desperately trying to make them work so I could fucking, like, watch it, dude. Like, unironically, like, I am kind of curious about it, dude. I want to see what's going on with Hamas and Israel, bro. But our screens don't want to work. I'll figure this out. I'll figure it out. Here, hold on. In the meantime, here, I'll just keep music going. But I am, like, what the fuck a little bit low-key. IDF isn't anywhere to be seen from the footage you've seen. So they did an ambush. So fucking goddamn Hamas did a goddamn ambush. Hamas did an ambush. Oh shit, bro. Caught the fucking IDF off guard. Or I guess the IOF, as I like to call them. The Israeli Offensive Force. So that's curious. Alright, my screens just hate me right now, so hold on. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna make sure my screens motherfucker work. And funny enough, they do. They just don't want to appear on screen. So maybe if I get rid of all these layers of the fucking screens. There we go. Maybe that will help. Let's see if this helps. Did I somehow accidentally, like, remove my camera? What the hell? Uh-oh. They say the paratroopers are using paragliders. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, okay. You know what? Hold on. My screens don't want to work. Like, my, Streamlabs is being retarded right now. So, you know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna, here. I'm gonna have to, like, pause this for a second. Because Streamlabs is being retarded, and thus I have to restart my phone. In order for it to kind of like cooperate a little bit, because I think before I started this, it decided to be weird, before I did, so I don't know, like, I'll have to do that really quick, but, I'm seriously gonna look at this. I'm not gonna end the stream, it's just gonna kind of have this circle for a second, so stay, for, a little bit, but, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna figure out my Streamlabs bullshit for a minute. Because obviously it's being weird. Because for some reason, I guess my camera isn't a layer anymore, even though it's still here. So, Streamlabs is glitching out, so I'm going to come back, here in a second, but like I said. Because I want to know what the fuck's going on with Israel and Palestine right now, dude. I mean, it sounds like shit's popping off over there, so I want to know what's happening. So we're gonna get into this. Anyway, like I said, give me like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll be back. So, Streamlabs caused an unlimited sin for me. So, give me a minute, fix that. I'll be right back. Like, there we go. There we go. Now we're back in business. We're back in the business. I tell you what. Oh, Finley. Oh shit, Finley. Hello, Finley. What's up, buddy?
Why did you do that?
Come here, Vince. Finley.
I'm trying to take off so you fucking push me? I'm trying to
Finley.
so you push me?
Come here, bud.
I don't. So you push me.
Come on,
I need your
Vince.
personal punching bag. Yeah.
Crap, dude, I can't take this noise.
I'm gonna hang myself. It's their fault.
Finley.
Go away from me. Let him go. He's gonna run off. He's gonna hang himself.
Yeah, you're fucking piece of fuck.
What did you do? Hey, Zooks. Where's Zook? Boop, boop. Here you go, buddy. There we go. Everything good? Yeah, she they came back like literally right when I started and shit. And they were like, I don't know what her deal. I mean, okay, like from what I understand, like she's got like a certain level of like mental like things going on right now, and with her being homeless and houseless right now, she's like got a lot of like shit going on in a sense, and like in a way like that's kind of like exacerbate a lot of her mental health and shit. And with my friend Amarno and shit, like I mean he's trying to like get his own shit taken care of, but he's kind of like in a way his only her only crutch outside of me, in a sense. And all 3 of us have been kind of friends for a while, so that's kind of why like I've been trying to help both of them, that's and of having letting them stay in my shed over here in the corner. And it's like I don't know what the hell's going on with the current situation. From my understand, she was at the hospital at OHSU the other day because she was feeling sick, and my friend Armando was just saying like was at my place the last couple days with her dog, her service animal, because for some reason like they want to give him the information to exactly where she was. And for like the last like day or two was trying to figure that out. Last night, you know, him and I were talking about, you know, and I was letting him use my phone to be like, hey, you know, we're, you know, like, here, let's figure out like where she might be. And nothing came up, you know. But later today, he eventually figured it out. There was a voicemail to his phone that, you know, he was able to recover and, you know, be able to backtrack a little bit and, you know, find out where she was, which I don't know all that details, but she hasn't exactly been, like, you know, positive, so to speak, you know, because of that. She thinks that he's been doing various different, like, I don't know, like, things that are, like, abusive or, like, you know, trying to keep her dog away from him, or from her. So it's, I don't know, man. It's kind of complicated. Like, I'm, like, friends with both of them. I'm kind of, like, in the middle of this shit. Like, I kind of feel bad in a sense because it's like, I don't want to, like, you know, try to pick a side, so to speak, but I'm trying to, like, also, like, you know, help both of them because they're both my friends, you know, and I'm trying to also be the mitigator and a middle person here, and it's just like, man, motherfuck, it gets difficult sometimes. Oh, what's up?
Billy's gone.
Where'd he go?
His arm was because he's beating on me.
Hold on, here, hold on. We'll find him. Find him.
Feet on every day.
guy, man. Man, motherfucker. Jesus motherfucking Christ, bro. I don't even know what the fucking, like, you know, like, do in a situation. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, I was just talking to my friend Armando, like, I mean, you know, like, she's seriously kind of going for a genuine, like, kind of psycho situation here. And because of that, now her fucking dog is, like, I don't know, somewhere out there a little bit, I guess, like, in the neighborhood. I tried to see if he was maybe up and down my block. I didn't see him, so I don't fucking know, dude. It's, kind of absurd. Ay. Man, like I said, I feel bad for both of them, but, like, holy shit, dude. Like, the way that her night is going, honestly, it's... I mean, she's probably gonna be fucking... Like, dude, the cops are probably gonna be fucking called on her, dude. Like, she's trying to find her... like, it's just fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, siren, the worst combination. I did not really expect this to pop off, honestly. I just wanted to sit here and just kind of chill and vibe a little bit. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I mean, I think, at this point, I think it should be fine. I mean, at least, you know, when it comes to my involvement in this, so... I don't know, I guess I'll find out an update later. Maybe that might be later tonight, maybe that might be tomorrow, I don't fucking know. I mean, it's like, I mean, it's distressing. I mean, that's for sure. I swear to God, if I hear, like, you know, or, like, you know, some fucking cop or some shit, I'm just gonna be like, look, I don't know much. I've been helping, you know, some friends who are houseless right now. One of their dogs went missing, you know, out of nowhere, because it ran off out.
Where's my dog at?
I don't know.
So Armando had somebody take my dog?
No.
Armando's not here either. He gave my dog to somebody.
No, he didn't. I mean, he probably just ran off. I mean, I tried looking up and down the street.
Armando, where's my dog at? He's not even in here. No, he ran off with the dog. He gave the dog to somebody. And Armando came out, grabbed him and gave him to somebody. Armando didn't right here. Where's my fucking dog at? Armando gave him to somebody. Armando's not even here.
Alright, I'm getting sick of this shit. I'm getting sick of it. I'm locking my door. This is getting fucking ridiculous. One in the chamber. Getting sick of this shit. One in the chamber. This is getting fucking ridiculous. Like, she's saying that, like, he took her dog or some shit, or her dog. It's like, no. You're going for fucking psychosis. I'm getting sick of shit. One in the chamber, right there. I ain't playing around. Door locked. Fuck this. We're moving on from here. And I swear, if I hear some fucking banging shit, I'm going out my fucking window with that armed, ready to go. Fuck this. I'm getting sick of this. Like, I don't want this psychosis shit. Like, look, I'm willing to help a friend, but it's going too fucking far. Like, seriously, that is going way too fucking far. I got one ready to go. Like, there's like 29 rounds in this fucking mag. Like, I mean, I ain't fucking playing with this shit anymore. Shit's getting real. One chamber. Yeah, I'm getting sick of this. Like her fucking, like, shit going on with her is getting ridiculous. My friend Armando, like, I mean, he needs to fucking cut shit with her, dude. Like, I mean, you know, because I've been letting both of them at this point, you know, like, just because, you know, like, in the past, they both been my friends, and at this rate, it's like, it's getting too much. Like, it's getting way too fucking much. And it's like, mainly because of her fucking illnesses. Like, she used to hang around with bad fucking crowds, and whatever the fuck happened with that caused her to have some mental fucking issues. And now, because she's houseless and, you know, and homeless now, she's, you know, letting that fucking cause her to go literally crazy. And now, because her dog ran off or some shit, now she's literally going fucking bonkers. Just waltzing into my fucking shit or whatever, and like literally spewing like overt lies saying, oh yeah, you know, Mondo took my dog and gave him to somebody or some shit. It's like, no, he didn't. Like, I mean, he was in my garage for a second, I let him out, and then he ran off. You don't need evidence against you. I'm not going to use that shit, frankly. I'm just gonna be using, like, get the fuck away. Like, I'm getting sick of this shit. Like, it's getting ridiculous. I ain't trying to have fucking problems. And at the end of the day, it's my property. I can defend my property if I want. Like, I mean, that's within Oregon state law. I've looked that shit up before. I know what's in my rights. Where'd my lighter go anyway? Oh, where did I put that? Man, because of this fucking bullshit, I'm like now missing a lighter. Are we serious? I guess I am. Great, that's awesome. So there's at least enough juice in this. I guess there is. Castle Doctor State, very, very hyper strictly, yes. But it's super, super strict. Essentially, you have to use equal force, or at least, you know, like, your life is absolutely at risk. Thing is, like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, one or both of them might potentially have a firearm, because I know, at least, you know, my friend Armando does, because he used to be in law enforcement, so he still has his service piece from back in the day. So, I mean, he has his. I don't know if she directly has it or not. So, I mean, I got at least a little bit of a worry at this rate. Not to sound elitist, but it never ends well. I mean, like, look, like, this is kind of the one time where it's not exactly positive. I'm just gonna put it that way. Like, I mean, when it comes to my friends, you know, as much as that it was a rough patch even for myself, like, I mean, I was able to rough with that, but this is starting to get, like, too fucking much, dude. Like, I mean, I kind of understand, like, you know, having, like, you know, some, you know, like, health issues or, like, mental, like, problems, stuff like that. I understand that shit. My friends got problems like that, too. I do, you know? It's like, I get that shit. But, like, when it comes to a point where it, like, literally takes you the fuck over to the point where it, like, I mean, consumes everything to the point it like dilutes your reality of your perspective of things. It becomes too much. Like, and what's going on now at this rate is definitely too much. Like, I mean, earlier, like, she was just saying, like, oh, Mono hit me and stuff, where he didn't. Like, I mean, I witnessed it. He didn't. He kind of went like this, but he never touch or whatever. I don't know. It's like, I'm gonna be fucking kidding me. I am half tempted to grab this right now. I'm half 10. Who the fuck's at my door right now? Like, seriously. Like, I have it in my hand right now. What the fuck, seriously? You know what, whatever. Okay, it's just some Mondos. It's all good. False alarm. Alright, we're fine. I'm really on fucking edge right now. It's more precious than anything. Well, I mean, so is her dog Finley. I should give a fuck about. Like, I don't know where he might be at this point. I mean, so, you know, it's like, because honestly, a lot of what popped off of that was the fact that he kind of, like, ran off somewhere. I don't know where. I mean, honestly, it could just be around the block. I mean, so, if anything, likely he's probably going to be found eventually at some point, but, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's like, just fuck Christ. I don't, you know, it's like, what do you do when you're like, you know, in the middle of all of this and both of them are your friends? It's like, what the fuck do you do? I mean, because I'm certainly in a predicament where, like, I generally don't know what to do at this point. Like, I mean, because honestly, at this rate, I'm kind of thinking about picking a fucking side. Because I don't know. Like, because what the fuck? It's getting ridiculous at this point. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, Sony. I haven't, you know, been able to respond to you. What's up, bro? Yeah, I've been seeing some of your comments. I haven't been able to respond to them quite yet, because obviously I got other shit happening right now. But Graham defenses, and he's fine. Sukov is okay. Be my. Oh, you have a new roommate? Right on. Joshua. So a few bumps of animals. He's a furry like me. He's a sweetheart. Oh, well, that's awesome. His parents were around when he was 18 last year for being a furry and cross-dressing. I found out. He put pics on Twitter. Told me he could stay with me until he gets figured out. Him and I are planning to get a rental house and after I move out of the apartment. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. That's some good shit. I mean, you know, like, seriously, that's good shit right there. Like, I mean, like, you got, like, now at this point, like, a roommate, you got, like, somebody that you're helping out, and somebody that is, needing, place of stability. Like, I mean, that, there's some good shit going on right there. That's fucking awesome. Honestly, hopefully, that, prospers for you, dude. Put a picture on Discord of I won't show it, but is it of this guy? This guy you're talking about? Oh, he's kind of cute. He's adorable. Choose that for free housing and food. I'm hoping there was at least like some sort of a romantic intimacy going on and stuff like that. I coke out for doing coke in my room without permission. Without permission? Jesus Christ. Here, hold on. Doing this so I can do a split screen and have a little music in the background. I don't want this quiet dead air. the edginess that I'm feeling right now is not vibing with this dead air. So I want a little bit of something different. So give me a second. Just like let me know so I don't think you're crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of my routine. If you're gonna do some drugs, just let me know. Like, hey, I'm about to do some coke. It's like, all right, just let me know and where you're doing it. So cool. Now, like, that's about as far as I care. So, I mean, mainly just so I know that, like, you know, you're doing it. And also just so they're not, like, fucking, like, doing something crazy. Is your new roommate Twigger? No. Neither of them are. It's just that one of them has, like, I don't know what. I mean, honestly, but some sort of, like, mental, like, diagnosis that, set in, after a while. I really just honestly don't know. It could be like honestly, I know that for a fact that there's like some level of psychosis with it. That much I know. I just don't know exactly like what it is. Like, I mean, there could be like a level of schizophrenia or something, or some shit like that. I really don't know. I mean, I know this much. She doesn't do substances, and I mean, neither does Armando, so I don't fucking know, dude. I really don't. I'm trying to avoid, like, thinking about that right now, so. I got Armando chilling in my shed right now at this point, so he just wanted to let me know that, he's in there, so it's like, okay, whatever. But, I mean, it's like, like I said, it's just like one of those things where it's like, man, it's starting to get to a point where I really just don't want to be involved with this anymore. Not because, like, I don't give a fuck about either of them, but just because, like, there's definitely, like, I just don't need I just don't need that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to do my own thing, like, and I get that, like, there's a disparity that's happening with them, and I want to make sure that they, like, can get back on their feet, you know what I mean? Because especially for both of them, they were on their feet when I knew them and when I was friends with them. So it's just like, to see them, like, be in a situation, I feel bad for them, but it's like, I mean, what the fuck can I do, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's only so much I could do besides maybe offer them, like, a place to try to stay and stuff like that, but, like, whatever the hell happens between them, it's not necessarily my business, but, like, at a certain point, it kind of becomes that way because it starts bleeding into my fucking life, right? Like, I mean, it's like, that's where it becomes an issue. Like, when it starts bleeding into my life, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, because I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm in a pickle. Like, because I want to help him, but, like, I don't want this shit, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want to feel like I'm on edge and feel like I have to have this fucking Vishka right next to me, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to feel like I have to be this way because of whatever the fuck is going on. Like, I mean, it's like, I don't want to feel this tense, you know what I mean? Like, I'm genuinely, like, kind of, like, tense and on edge right now. I just am, man. Like, and I don't want to be. Like, I've never been this way outside of, like, the last week or two. And partly because I've been letting him stay here. Like, I mean, and that's kind of an issue, and I'm now especially realizing that, and it's like, and I want to still try to help them, but at the same time, like, figure out, like, I mean, what's best for myself in this situation too, because I need to, like, make sure that, like, I'm at the peak at myself when it comes to the situation if I'm trying to help someone out. Like, I mean, because if I'm, like, less, like digging a hole to myself, in the same situation, or at least, like, in a similar social predicament that they are in, then it's like, I'm not doing myself favors. And I need, and that's one of those things where I need to, like, seriously, like, balance out here a little bit. And it's like, because, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, it's like, they both need assistance, and it's like, obviously, and this is the problem when it comes to practice, and, like, when it comes to, like, mutual aid. Like, I mean, sometimes there's only so much you can do. Like, when it comes to mutual aid and praxis, when it comes to, like, this type of activism, there's only legitimately so much you can fucking do. And it is of actual fucking tax on you. It just is. And it's like, you know, and there's only so much mutual aid and praxis you can do to help somebody, you know, before it genuinely becomes a burden on yourself. And the thing is, like, that shouldn't have to be the case. It just shouldn't. It should never have to be. Here's the problem. They clearly have issues here. You're not qualified to tackle, really. The woman needs some form of mental care, clearly. Absolutely. 100%. And even my friend Amato recognizes that. She absolutely needs it. Because, like, she, unfortunately, is kind of, like, the problem a little bit. And it's not because of herself, necessarily. It's her fucking... It's her, you know, whatever diagnosis that she has right now that is causing her to suffer. Like, I mean, that's really the problem. And she needs professionals, you know, to be there to help her and guide her through this shit. And honestly, like, I mean, I really do feel bad that the fact that Finley just fucking ran off out of nowhere all of a sudden, you know, tonight. Like, I mean, I'm honestly, you know, in this weekend, I'm going to be actively trying to find him, you know, in between, you know, my breaks and, you know, in between my work. You know, like, I'm going to make sure that, like, you know, he gets found because, like, you know, I care about that dog, you know, just as much as, you know, she especially does, and, you know, and anybody else is, you know, at least, you know, that knows him. So it's like, you know, like, there's, yeah, like, obviously there's some shit that happened, but, like, I mean, it's just accelerating her mental illness, and it's not making it good for anybody, especially for herself, and she needs that professional help, and, you know, in a way, like, her service animal was at least a part of that, but, I mean, when he popped in here, I was, you know, I tried to, like, guide him back out, you know, to, you know, let her, you know, grab her, but he just, like, bloop, slipped out and just, like, bolted somewhere. I don't know fucking where. I mean, that's, like, the fuck thing. It's like, I mean, I, you know, can only guess where, and I can only search from that. And just ask my neighbors and be like, hey, if you see this, like, St. Bernard poodle looking gigantic bear of a dog, I mean, you know, let me know, because that's all I can do at this point. And luckily I'm pretty close to my neighbors. Like, I'm, you know, at least when it comes to my, you know, philosophy, when it comes to, like, being communal, when it comes to, like, you know, knowing your neighbors and trying to at least, you know, be acquainted with them and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I practice that shit. I practice what I preach, you know, so I know my neighbors. In fact, one of them is like a district manager, or at least a district head when it comes to the Tawatsu company that produces a lot of stuff, you know, and ships a lot of shit to our store and other stores. She happens to live right across the street from me. So it's like, I mean, I know her very fucking well for like the past 7 fucking years. Like, her and I know each other pretty well. And, you know, she's pretty, fun, drinking, party goer type, you know, herself. So, like, I mean, I know how she is. So it's like, I mean, you know, like, her and I, like, I mean, and she's even asked me, but like, hey, I lost my cat, you know, can you help me find it? And funny enough, I'll be talking to her and I'll look over to a bush and I'll just see her cat just sitting over there under a bush. And be like, oh, isn't that your cat right there? And she'll be like, oh my God, that's my cat. You know, and just freak out, be like, oh yes, that's it. You know, so it's like, I mean, her and I have a pretty close connection. So I will, like, you know, I have people and neighbors in my community that I can, you know, talk to and be like, hey, look, I got, you know, a situation where I have a missing pet. You know, here's what it looks like, you know, here's the breed, you know, here's the, you know, animal, like, you know, keep a lookout. And if so, bring it to my house. Because I'll make sure he's taken care of, and I know who exactly belongs to, and I can reach out and blah, blah, blah. You know, and like, and honestly, I'll compensate them. Like, I'll be like, hey, look, I mean, I can't offer much, but like, hey, I go, you know, to the bar sometimes, you know, here, you know, at this time, you know, if you come over, I'll buy you a drink or some shit, whatever the fuck. You know, I'll offer at least something. You know, because, like, legit, like, I want to make sure that she gets her dog back. Because, like, I know how much that matters to her. And especially because I have Zukov, I empathize with that. You know, it's like, I recognize that. I mean, you know, but whatever shit is going on, like, I mean, she obviously has certain elements where it's like, look, there's, like, you know, certain things that your mind's just fucking with you, okay? Like, I'm just being honest. And, like, you know, like, the fact that, like, you know, maybe, you know, Martin, but, like, you know, took your dog and, like, you know, gave it to somebody, that's just not true. He just ran off somewhere, and we'll find him. You know, it's just like, and I wasn't even telling her that, but like, and then she wandered off somewhere, and it's like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, you know, she obviously needs, you know, the professional aid, and like I said, you know, and like all you were saying, it's like, I'm not in that, you know, capability. You know, it's like, I can only help so much, you know, when it comes to people, right? Like, you know, when it comes to at least, you know, having a roof over their head, you know, helping that, because I have a shed, I have a spare room, you know, stuff like that. You know, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's all I can really truly offer. Like, everything else, you kind of have to figure out. Like, I mean, you know, I'm only, you know, there for so much, and that's all I could truly offer. Like, that's it, you know? Like, I mean, because at the end of the day, when it comes, especially between whatever the fuck's going on between those two, like, I'm a middleman. Like, I don't want to take a side or, like, you know, fucking, you know, be in the situation, you know what I mean? It's like, I just want to help my friends. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, that's how I see it at the end of the day, and that's how it always will be to me. But, like, at a certain point, like, and I've even done this to my closest group of friends, too, like, I have a fucking line. And tonight, it's like, that fucking line was drawn. It's like, look, there's a certain line saying, it's like, if this shit continues to happen, I don't want that around here. Look, like, y'all stay here, but y'all gotta fucking chill. And if that means that, like, only one of you can stay here, you know, at a time, then let's set a schedule for that to be the case then. I don't fucking know. But something's gotta be addressed here. Like, and I ain't gonna be no goddamn doormat when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, cause, like, I'm a fucking goddamn grown adult here. You know, this is my property. This is my fucking domain. And I don't want it fucked with, you know what I'm saying? But, like, and I'm willing to offer the hand and let people be in my domain. But, like, they have to respect it. And if they're not willing to, then, I have to draw a line somewhere. And I don't want to do that. I really don't. But, like, it has to be somewhere. Because if not, then, I don't know. Like, I don't want to cut ties. I really don't want to do that. Like, you know, like, because it would hurt me in a way. Because, you know, like, but I don't know. You know, it's like, you know, like I said, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where I'm in kind of a pickle. Here for you. Well, the thing, look, Venom, I get it, but, like, unfortunately, there's not really much that, like, really anyone here can necessarily say that can help necessarily with my situation. This thing is, like, they're not tweakers. They don't do hard drugs or any narcotics or anything like that. You know, both of them have just been caught in a very unstable situation where, you know, they've, you know, are houseless, and that has caused a lot of the fucking bullshit that's been happening with them. And they have their different backgrounds as to why that happened. And, you know, and the fifth part is just like, and they have their own mental issues. Like, my friend Armando, he's a Iraqi veteran. He partook in the Iraq war. He saw some fucking shit. He, you know, and he was sold a bunch of bullshit. He went into that fucking war thinking, you know, gun-ho American patriotic gun-ho motherfucker, and came out of that a broken man. It came out of that broken. Like, and, you know, and honestly, I can recognize that. I could tell it. Like, I mean, he came out of that seeing some shit, dude. Like, I mean, he's told some stories where, like, he's certainly did some pretty crazy fucked shit. I mean, not because he necessarily wanted to, but because he kind of had to almost. Armando old? No. Mid to late 30s, about. Late 30s, about. I think he's about, like, 38, 39. You know, he's not really that old. He used to be a part of the Portland Police Bureau for about 2 or 3 years, and because of his former ex-wife, like, and how abusive she was to him, like, his former, you know, his contemporary officers at the time literally made fun of him and thought, oh, well, you're just a bitch. Oh, your wife beating on you? Why don't you just, like, suck it up, bitch? And when you know, like, literally made fun of him and shit like that. Like, he actually quit, you know, the police, you know, because he was actually kind of ostracized and shit like that. And when he had his divorce, he just thought it was, you know, better in his own interest to just leave, you know, the police force, because, you know, it looked bad on him in a way, and none of his, you know, officers supported him, really. And also, he went in there actually trying to give a fuck a little bit, like one of the rare good cops, basically. And he just, he kind of got fucked for it a little bit. I mean, so it's like he's kind of a jack of all trades type of dude. Seen some shit, is definitely, been there, done that type of guy. And I mean, and it's like, and especially in the situation that he's in now, I'm sure that doesn't help, considering, what backgrounds he's had. And it's just like, I mean, and when you got that, and then you got like, his, friends like situation and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's a crazy situation because like his friend, when it comes to her, like when it comes to Carlene, like she used, at least at some point, I don't know all the details specifically, but she used to hang out with a very background, like, like former Hells Angels, like biker gang types and shit like that. Like, I mean, bad crowd types, so like when she was down here, she actually had a different name that she used to go by. And, and like was basically kind of in like, protective services in a sense, like to like keep away, from that former crowd that she used to be a part of. But at some point, like, they found out where she was and all that shit. And that kind of exacerbated, her situation where eventually she got houseless from that due to, drama and all this other shit from, I kind of forgot exactly what, but like all sorts of other stuff. And then, and then my, friend Mono got houseless shortly after that, due to his own circumstances. And, and I mean, kind of shit just kind of took off from there. I mean, and honestly, like, it's, like, this shit could be made into a fucking movie. I'm not even gonna lie. This shit can genuinely be made into a fucking movie. Like, with how insane and, like, how intense, like, the whole arc is. Like, because, I mean, I don't know all the details, because, I mean, honestly, I kind of forget some of them. Because, like, I mean, like, with the whole timeline, from beginning to now with all the shit, it's hard to keep track, dude. I mean, like, either her and... Whoa, hey. Zooks! Hey, Zukov! Oh my god. Zukov, come here! I mean, like I was saying, like, I mean, considering the whole timeline, I mean, it could legit be made into, like, a whole fucking movie. Hey, Sooks, come here. Come here, buddy. Here. Sit. Sit. Hey, sit. Do you not want to sit? Here. Right. There you go. Have that. And all this has to make me wish I had a vape. Oh my god! I mean, look, I'm not trying to, like, bring it down necessarily. I'm just kind of venting with my situation, I suppose, just because like, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, like, avoid, considering the situation. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, because, like, I'll admit, like, there's probably been a couple streams when I've been doing these at night where there's probably been a little background noise, and honestly, it's probably because of some stuff that's going on, with them. Like, I mean, and, like I said, from earlier, like, look, I'm only here as like, in between all this. Like, I want to try to minimize my involvement with, like, whatever is going on with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm just trying to here to help both of you in the sense of, like, yeah, I see you as my friends, like, so, I mean, but at this point, it's like, it's getting kind of fucking ridiculous, you know what I mean? Like, and because of that, it's just like, I don't want to have to pick a side, but, it's like one of those things where I kind of have an idea where I would probably lean on. And, like, I don't want to be in that situation. So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, they just really need to figure their shit out. Like, and honestly, I'll just have to tell them that at some point. It's like, look, I don't know, like, you know, how this gets done or what you need to do to get it done, but y'all gotta, like, get yourselves places. Like, you know, when it comes to her, you need to get your own place and settle there and be able to have a spot where you can just, like, recheck and, like, you know, like, kind of reevaluate a little bit and stuff like that, and, like, have a spot of respite. And for my other friend Amano, it's like, you also need to do the same thing in a totally different place, a totally different area, and, you know, and just, like, do the same shit. Like, and honestly, take some time away from each other. Just have space, you know. It's like, because I mean, like, obviously shit's, like, too intense between you two, and because of that, it's causing issues between everybody else, even if they want to try to help you and see both of you as friends. And, like, and the thing is, no one's trying to pick sides, no one's trying to do this and that. It's just like, just fucking get your shit together, you know what I mean? It's like, and it's like, and I know they're trying to, but it's like, they need to just fucking focus on that, get it done, and if that means that they have to stay separate for a while, then good, in a way, honestly. If that's what they need, then do it, you know? Like, I mean, and, like, whatever's best for them. Like, that's just what I want. Like, I don't want no weird bullshit, I just want what's best for them. You know what I mean? Like that's all. Like, but sadly, there's only so much I could do besides just, like, you know, offer advice or say, you know, my opinion, or just tell them, like, if they ask me questions like, oh, where's this person or this and that, it's like, well, here's my honest answer. After that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, just honestly, like, yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, because at a certain point, it's like, what the fuck you want me to do? I'm not like a miracle worker. Boo-boo. What you doing over there? Pay her to do it. I mean, serious, I pay Ignar to make sweet love to me. Wait, am I a prostitute to you now? What the hell? Wait, what? Huh? Well, that's one way to lighten the mood. Just vaguely call me a prostitute? Alright. Thanks. Yeah, I wish I knew where my fucking lighter went. I have to deal with this one, and it's like barely... It got like no juice. Where did my other one go, dude? I'm kind of upset about that. Did it fall on the ground, maybe? No, it didn't. What the fuck? I just like, I just mysteriously lost a lighter out of nowhere. Because I don't have it on my person. I'm just gonna have to... Oh. I'm taking advantage of that. Oh, yeah, Jorgensen was on. Oh, you know what I'm playing. Yo, Stoney, you know I saw him live not too long ago, right? It's gonna be doing another tour in 2024. But he recently did a tour with Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper with and he was opening on top with whatchamacallit, Filter, the band that did Hey Man That Shot. I never knew that he made that, you know, song, and like when they opened for the like for those for Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie, I was like, oh shit. It's like, goddamn. I was actually kind of impressed. I still need to upload that fucking video. I recorded that song that they, like, and I need to upload it. I need to upload like fucking Stigmata, because I recorded that by Ministry when I saw him live too. I recorded Super Beast by Rob Zombie on my friend's phone, Harley's phone, but I think he might have deleted it. So I unfortunately cannot upload that. I also have on my new phone that I still need to transfer over some Beast of Black fucking videos I need to upload. I am dragging on my live video uploads. I still have Fishbone I need to upload, for fuck's sake. It's like, ugh. I'm dragging way too hard on that. You have to eat nothing but Vienna sausages and mayonnaise and spam before you cut a squat and in his mouth. Only partial digestion. Stunned, that's disgusting. Yeah, that is gross. I don't want Venom squatting on me, dude. I don't want, like, the only time I want him squatting is if he's doing the cowgirl on me, okay? That's the only time. Man, why, man? Why? Bros, I don't know, bro. When Stony and Venom especially are in a chat together, this is what happens. I mean, we just have to just accept it, you know? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I put in his mouth is... Oh my god. Some look upon that is which is ask why. I dream of that which is never was and ask why not. You know, honestly, I kind of take Sony's philosophy a little bit. Not all the time, but every now and then I'll take that philosophy and be like, you know what? Why aren't we? Why not? You know, like, honestly, like, every now and then I look at that philosophy, I look at that question. And I take credit, I give you credit for it, because honestly, I don't know any philosopher that has ever asked such a question. I don't know no, historical philosopher has ever pondered such a question. Maybe Aleister Crowley, but, I mean, You know, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I give you the credit for that one. Yeah, because, like, I mean, like, why not? Exactly. Many men say why. But don't we all just dream of a world which unfortunately never was, where we can say, why not? Why the fuck not, son? No, says the Jacko in the credibility. It belongs to Peter. Wait, what the fuck are you rambling about, Venom? What the fuck are you talking about? No, says the man who watched it. It belongs to the people. No, says the Jacko. It belongs to Kremlin. It belongs to Putin. Ranch's slave obeys. Dude, the entire chat is like now just like going deep with the pontification. Whoa. You know, I started this stream kind of wondering what the fuck Vosh is streaming for at like 3 in the morning. And Vosh is literally still streaming. He literally is. What is he doing at 3:30 in the morning? He lives in fucking Seattle. He lives in the West Coast like me. I'm in Portland. This motherfucker's in Seattle. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. This motherfucker. That's not that bitch. Wait, it doesn't want a full screen? Bitch! Alright, hold on. Hold up. I have to do this because it's lame and gay. Wait, before I do that. Here, let me do that so it doesn't fuck everything up. Okay, there we go. Alright, full screen. We gotta really enhance, like, the level of bitchery that is with Vosh right now. Considering that it's like 3:30 in the fucking morning, and my boy, my G, my guy, my dude, my Klingon, my dude, my guy. It's 3:30 in the morning. What are you doing up, my dude? What are you doing up? What are you doing up? Why are you awake? What are you doing? In fact, you know, we're going back. Is this some Hamas shit? Dozens of wounded Israelis transport. Oh shit. This is what I wanted to kind of, you know, get into. Oh fuck, dude. Oh shit, dude. There are paratroopers. What the fuck? Yo, what is going on? Hold up. Here, I saw over there. Yeah, right here. Yo, look at it. What's going on there? What's going on here? Who's this guy? Who's my boy over here? What is my boy right here doing? Paragliding into Israel, my dude. Like, I mean, what's going on? You know, like, what's going on in Israel? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to get into this, but unfortunately, because of other shit, you know, whatever. Like, we're just gonna pretend that was just like an enigma. Let's get into this, because I'm kind of curious. Like, what the hell is going on in Israel right now? Bosh, lay it on us. Lay it on us. We'll skip right here. What's going on here? Palestinian is the latest Hamas offensive against Israel summarized here. Okay, this is really quiet. Hold on. There we go.
Stop the resistance of people who are determined to get free from occupation.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy, but the specific rhetoric he employs makes me suspect of his intentions.
He'd be a rough lover. Well, when it comes to twinks, he has a very particular, you know, interest. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if you would fit the qualifications. I'm just saying. That's not me saying that. That's Vosh saying that. I'm just trying to relay that information. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, Vosh would probably, like, obliterate my Ussy, okay? I'm just gonna say that right now. He probably would. He's pan, I'm pan. You know, there we go. I'm a submissive, like, you know, twink motherfucker. Like, I mean, we you know, we'd be doing that shit. Vosh like horse dick, which is babes. Yeah, he likes the bad dragon horse dick, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you know, honestly, funny enough, like, I have a tab on my Chrome where I'm wanting to order one, but I just don't have the money yet for it, so I just have it sitting there forever until I have the money to just be like, fuck it, I'm ordering it. But, I mean, because I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of want one just to challenge my ability to stretch, you know what I mean? Like, I'm down for the challenge. Like, I want to challenge myself. So, it's like, I already got a few things, you know, where I can, you know, like, challenge myself with, but I need, like, the fucking, like, boss battle, you know what I mean? I don't have the boss battle. Like, I mean, I need the boss battle fucking dildo, you know what I mean? Like, I got, like, you know, the fucking, like, you know, difficulties, you know, where it's like easy, medium, and hard, essentially, but I need the boss battle, you know what I mean? Like, just a gargantuan, like, you know, I need the Dark Souls boss battle. I need that. I have not achieved such, and, you know, it needs to happen. Ignore Husky, you know, is my Cash App. So, there you go. Donate to my Cash App so I can fight the boss battle.
Not getting into it, just a little sussy.
I had the worst fucking leg lock an hour ago. I stood up, my legs seized up to the point where I couldn't even bend my knees. Ooh. You had a dual leg Charlie horse? Did you have a Charlie horse so bad that both of your legs were feeling it? Oh shit, dude. Oof. Check PayPal. I swear to fucking God, if you put $200 in there, that might go to something else, because the last time I looked at Bad Dragon, they were not doing custom orders. So, I mean, that might just go to something else. I'm just gonna be fucking honest with that. But, I'm just saying. What body? Why you gotta do that? I don't know. Because the body sucks.
That have infiltrated into the Israeli towns. We've seen.
I like how she's decked out in like a stormtrooper.
I mean, the underlying stuff he said about like the exploitation and terror committed against the Palestinian people is true. Israel has done monstrous things.
They're doing like a Nazi genocide against the Palestinians. I mean, like, let's just be honest with it. I mean, I know Vosh is, but I mean, I'm just saying. But you know,
people. But the
media never really is.
Made it sound like he thought Hamas was doing freedom fighter stuff, which they're not. You know, it's a delicate subject. Yeah, Hamas is not the resistance, you know? They're radical Islamic extremists who, like, the people of Hamas fully want to do the Holocaust too, you know? Like, the goal of Hamas is not freedom for Palestine. It's freedom for Palestine, maybe, but also a giant spit roast with all the Jews of Israel on it. You know, we're not, you know, they're not like principled revolutionaries.
They're definitely not.
Fighters taking over Erez crossing and pictures of Israeli soldiers.
Parkus, you keep saying that. I've answered that earlier.
They're being killed. We've also seen videos of Israeli tank set on fire while Palestinian fighters around it celebrating. Other Israeli vehicles, another one. One was taken in the early hours of the morning, another one now in Gaza Strip. So two armed vehicles in Gaza taken by the Palestinian fighters.
Is that a lawnmower? What the hell is like rolling off into oblivion over there? What the hell?
We've also recently just received a video showing, a very short video of 10 seconds showing two Israeli soldiers being captured.
Lawnmowers unite. True.
In the
John Deere unite, boy.
Fighters, they say they have captured these two soldiers alive. The video, of course, shows the soldiers alive. The confrontation.
What's the video? I mean, is it right here or is it? I don't think it's that. What's the video? Lawnmower known as the Palestinian Cavalry. I mean, hey, it's charging forth, you know, with fucking dignity and power. So hey, it's doing what it's doing. Hey, it's going forth, bro.
Still taking place.
Don't fucking dismiss it. I mean, like, hey. You know, it's like, you know, it's fight for fucking freedom right there, you know? Like, don't be dogging on it.
Israeli towns. Also, Israeli Palestinian fighters, I'm sorry, they have taken Zin, which is into very after the Israeli town of Ashkelon, which is about 45 minutes away from the Erez crossing in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. So this shows.
This is such a huge fuck up from the IDF. Man, maybe people in chat were right, man. Them getting caught off guard like this. It's one thing for like a sudden surge of people to like break through one specific point on a border and move forward, but like this is way more than that. Hold on, we're not showing any like bad shit here, right? I don't think they're just gonna like randomly show some horrible shit here. I mean, this is also on YouTube.
How far the Palestinian fighters have infiltrated.
Saw videos on Twitter of technical machine gun trucks. Technicals rolling up to checkpoints and open the fire. I mean, I'm not really that surprised. I mean, technicals are like a very easy way to get like a heavy machine gun or a light machine gun, you know, like mounted on a truck and just like, and you have yourself a light armored, you know, attack vehicle basically. I mean, technicals are, you know, honestly like a very versatile, like, you know, powerful piece of equipment if you really think about it. All it takes is, you know, someone who knows, you know, basic, you know, welding / like, you know, like blacksmithing type of work, and they can easily like configure a fucking, you know, like, you know, turret basically for a machine gun, and just like, there you go, just right on a truck, right on the flatbed, and boom. Like, I mean, you're ready to go, son. I mean, it's just like, like, technicals are a pretty formidable piece of equipment if you really think about it. Like, all it takes is just, someone who's good enough when it comes to, like, doing some welding and shit like that, and, dude, you're ready to fuck shit up. I mean, honestly. I mean, that's why, like, like, especially in the Middle East and, like, in Africa and, different areas, that are kind of more, like, developing or undeveloped nations, like, technicals are, like, a very, major common thing that you'll see a lot used as, like, for combat use and shit, because, like, I mean, they're very easy to whip up. I mean, weld a bunch of armor on the front of the fucking truck and shit, and put a machine gun on the back of it on the flatbed, and there you go, boom, got yourself technical. That is not that hard. But that got taken down, or I show you. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it got taken down because of some violence and, well, basically showing, like, combat, basically. So, yeah, I imagine so.
The borders with Gaza.
Right, let's talk about the Erez crossing, because it's in the north of the Gaza Strip. It has been under full Israeli control and presumably very high security. It's extraordinary that it's been taken, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's very extraordinary that this
quad cannon is, right?
Could be taken.
Yeah, it's a cannon that has 4 guns. Quad means 4, so when you have a cannon, that means there's 4 cannons on it. I mean, like, dude, I'm like a big history, military, like, nerd, bro. Like, I mean, like, come on. Or to any machine gun thing. I guess, yes, but there's more to it than that. I mean, that's one element of it. Like, there's plenty of quad, anti-aircraft and anti-ship / anti-infantry, weaponry that was around. I mean, yeah. But, I mean, there's a lot of technicality to it. I mean, so, I don't know. Like, I mean, you really want to, like, you really want to get into that with me? Because I know a lot of shit. Like, I mean, I guess maybe not get into it, but, stun lock me. Like, you want to stun lock me? Because, like, I know a lot. Like, 450 caliber machine guns. Yeah. But there's also, like, the Chicago typewriter, which is, like, 4 20mm guns, that were, like, kind of laid out almost kind of like, well, a typewriter, because of, like, like, how many guns and, like, how you would, with the whole system. And also there's, like, I mean, like, different anti-aircraft, quad, systems and shit. Like, it's a very common thing, because, like, when you have, like, 4 of the same thing just pointed at one general fuck you direction, like, I mean, whatever you're aiming at is probably gonna get fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever the hell you got, if you got 4 of them, aimed at the same direction in the general fuck you direction that is going this way or wherever the fuck, like, I mean, yeah, like, that thing's getting fucked up. It don't really matter what caliber it is. Like, it's basically like a, general direction of fuck you, of like 4 different guns pointed this way, and it's meant to be like a gigantic, like, cluster of just, like, death, just, sent in a certain area. I mean, it's, it's like, I mean, you can't really, like, go up against that much. It's like, you're getting fucked. Chicago piano. Chicago typewriter was Thompson. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the Chicago piano. Yeah, it was the 1.1 inch auto cannon. Yeah, alright. You corrected me a little bit, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Chicago piano, where it was, like, the 1.1 inch autocannons, but there was, like, 4 of them and stuff. Like, the USS Enterprise had a shitload of them when it got retrofitted after, I think, Midway, I think? So, like, after one of the turning points of the war in the Pacific, Wait, you want some water? Alright, hold on. Like, after one of the turning points in the Pacific War, I mean, I think the Enterprise got retrofitted with a lot of its anti-aircraft batteries and guns and shit were replaced with stuff like that. What's the aqua? What the hell was that? Oh. god, you fucking shark. Here you go. Damn. Little savage. I saw a sorry video where I was taken down. Someone tried to roll up in a fucking Katusha rocket truck. Roll up in one of those? Jesus Christ. Wish it was taken out. Someone had a fucking Katusha Stalin's organ truck. A Katushka rocket. Like one of those Katusha trucks where it had like, you know, like one of those, like, it's just a gigantic fucking, like, you know, just barrage of fuck you Katushka rockets. I know what it sound like. I know what those sound like too. It's like, like, I mean, when you hear those motherfuckers go off, like, I mean, you run away. Just run the fuck away. Like, those things are gonna, those are just like gigantic fuck you rockets that are going to obliterate the shit out of you. Just run away. Just, when you hear those things going off, you know, on the opposite side of the battlefield, just run. Just run. That's better for you. Like, I mean, it's better for your life more so than just sitting there holding the ground, you know? Like, don't hold the line, just run. And when you hear that, like, like when you hear that going off in the distance, like a mile away on the other side of the battlefield, just run. Or just surrender. You know, just like walk on the other side of the battlefield with a white flag to say, Scheiße, I surrender. Nein. You know, and just do that and you might live. You might be okay. I wish I knew where my other fucking lighter went so I didn't have to suffer with this. Come on. Give me a little something. Come on. Was shaking around help anything? It's dead. No. Here, let's try this one. There's juice in this one. Actually, there's a lot of juice in this one, so this should work, right? Yeah, okay, it does. But why is the flame so small? You got juice, like, there's a lot of juice in this, but why is the flame so small? Really? That's lame. At least it has juice. Multiple launch rocket systems. Well, I know what an MRLS is. Like I said, I'm a military, like, historical, like, you know, meme bro, okay? Like, I know a lot about these things. Well, maybe not, like, a lot, but, I mean, I know a pretty good amount about this shit. Quasar rocket, which is low quality, cheaply made rocket, meant to produce some small garages and tool rooms. Yeah. Wait, what are you talking about? Like the, are you just kind of talking about, like, you know, makeshift, you know, style rockets and shit? Because, I mean, I know, like, especially with, like, Palestinians and, like, even Syrians, like, they made, like, various different little makeshift, you know, rockets that, well, obviously very low quality and cheap and literally made in, like, little tool rooms, you know, blacksmiths, garages and shit like that. I think, like, their primary source of, like, munitions were, like, things like propane tanks and shit like that. Or they will, like, you know, use a shell of a propane tank and put a bunch of, like, munitions and shit in there and then weld it shut and fucking, you know, do stuff like that. Usually effective against it. Well, yeah, I mean, because they're, like, rudimentary, basic-ass rockets, but just kind of, like, modernized with certain things like, you know, like I said, like propane tanks or shit like that. You know, whatever, you know, equipment and parts and things that, you know, people can, like, you know, get together to make a rocket out of, basically. Yeah. I'll skip around a little bit because it seems like, you know, Vosh just kind of continuously talking about this whole thing going on in Israel. I kind of want to see about this whole paratrooper shit. Go on with all that. Where was that? Where's those timestamps? This one, boo. I saw him earlier, but now this one show all of them? Really? Come on. Where was that? Seriously? Come on. You don't want to show me? Seriously? Okay, whatever. Alright. Oh, here we go. Where was that? No! I just saw it. Boo. And you know, whatever. I'm sure there'll be a fucking clip, you know, that we can look at later. And by later, I mean like tomorrow or like the next like day or two. Yeah. What other little things going on for the evening though? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what's going on for the rest of the evening. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. What the poop? What you doing over there? Come here, poop. Come here, little poop poop. Oh my god, little goofball. Gibson is 6-day war sent German Panzer IIIs and Panzer IVs to fight Israeli British Centurions, and Syrian Panzer IVs fighting Israeli Shermans fitting the French guns. So, like, old-ass, like, World War II era weapons were being used, and, like, World War II tanks were being used during the 6-day war. Finished 4 posts in the last 3 days. Nice. Nice. Some good shit right there, I tell you what. Fuck off. Are you just gonna stare at it? Seriously? Okay. I'll put it over there. Gotta come over to get it. Once you do, then have total control over your feelings and thoughts. Wow, you're not even gonna come over here. You little bitch. Really? Come on. Come here. Come on. Little hoe. Just got 4 weeks off. I don't know what to do now. I'm scared. You don't know what to do? Well, catch up on DFF. Look at true crime stuff. Catch up on movies. Stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. There's some different things you can do. Make a chocolate mayo cake. No. Don't reference anything with mayo in it. You know what fucking goddamn Venom's gonna do. It ain't gonna be good. I mean, you know it. Come on. Going for a lot of analog horror. Nice. Get roasting and knitting. Yeah, I just gotta start knitting things. Just knit sweaters, knit scarves, knit mittens. Just start knitting shit, dude. That's what you need to start doing. Just start knitting the fuck out of everything. I mean, maybe. Maybe. You actually gotta consider it, huh? Do it. Do it. Should become a streamer. Nah. Don't have him, you know, be like, you know, forced into our, like, you know, absurdity. My voice bites. I mean, how do we know? We never heard it. We never heard that shit, so how would we know? Well, I know all white men who are veterans who took up knitting for PTSD. Well, I'm not too surprised. I mean, I know various different vets, you know, have taken up different hobbies as a way to, like, you know, try to, you know, overcome, you know, their PTSD and shit like that, so. You can hear autism when I talk. Well, can't you hear autism when I talk? Because I certainly got it a lot myself. That's just me. Not really. Really? I guess maybe it's just me. The voice sounds a lot slower. I don't know. I kind of feel, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel the same way sometimes. It just kind of depends on, you know, what the vibe is, I suppose. So, yeah, I'm fine. Where's the boo-boo? Even sound high when I'm not high. Well, shouldn't that be a good thing, technically? I mean, to me, it would technically be a good thing. But I'm just a stony bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick. Be right back. Ooh. Where the fuck am I laying my bed? Is there anywhere in the vicinity over here? Nope. Damn it. Boo. I can't believe I just lost that light around nowhere. That's just annoying. Come on, Zooks. I know you want to follow me. Who's a good boy? It's a good little pop. Did I gonna run away? No, what? I took a piss. Jeez, what? What's going on? Caleb, we got another one out. I haven't seen this one yet. Wait, what's going on?
Where is it?
Yeah. A protagonist act, or wait, how late protagonists are in serious situations. What if I like this calling me out?
I'm not telling you where the key is. I won't let you hurt anyone else. It stops now. Yeah, right. How you can stop me? The only one that can stop me was your little comrade. But he ain't here right now, is he? He'll be here any minute. All I have to do is keep you here. Good luck with that.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Tell me where the key is, and you don't die. You're not winning. You just wasted what little time you had left. What? I'll tell you, damn! I'll tell you this. You really messed up now.
You really messed up now.
Stop playing with me! Come here. Oh my god. Stop it. Playing games.
Woo!
Get up and tell me. What is the key? Tell me where the key is. Huh? What's going on here? Benny, wake up!
Oh shit! Benny. Oh no!
You think you could do this? You did this? Yo, we gotta go. Yo.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Hey,
streaming on Twitch, y'all.
Why not YouTube, bitch?
Twitch streamer. The #1 comment I get.
No, you need to be on YouTube, son. So I can fucking watch you here. I'm banned on Twitch. I can't be on there. Boo. Boo. Like I was just like totally out. Like he just like worn out all of his energy as an antagonist. He's like, nah, I'm just gonna take a nap. Fuck it. I already brutalized this motherfucker already, so I'm just gonna take a fat fucking nap. Then guys, they figured they fucking figured this out. Pack it up. It's game over. What's going on here? Well, guess I know. All praise to cat. This is what atheists believe. True. You know what? Yeah. Wrap it up because, yeah, this is what we true. Wrap it up in the goddamn burrito. Just like this cat. True. He's 17 hours of sleep. Nah. In fact, you know what? I have something set aside for you. I have something set aside before he sent this thing on the tube. You want to see a genius? A genius scientist versus the most expert of detectives. This time, it's a little more true crime. A little more true crime for you, baby. Because why not? But instead of us just delving in it on our own, we're gonna explore it all together. Want to do karaoke for me? That was if you were gonna show like literally immediately when I was in the mood for it. We're beyond that. And plus my voice is a little fucked up for it at this point. You had to catch me way earlier. Come on, someone. I'm gonna have to put a bow on it. How about that? We're gonna put a bow on it. Gonna put a bow on it. We'll do another one for stream. We'll do it. I'll put a bow in your butt. No, you won't.
This is Michael Patton.
The genius scientist, Michael Patton, who's like an aerospace guy who kills his whole family, versus some detective. We've been meaning to watch this for the longest time.
Oh, this guy used to work for Raytheon? Oh, shit.
Guy. And we're going to do it now.
He also just killed his entire family, including 3 people, 3 dogs, and 1 cat. Mere hours.
What? Wait, this guy fucking killed 3 dogs and a cat? Fuck this guy. Already fuck this guy. Like, I mean, I don't even know anything about this dude, but fuck him. Death. Yep, death. Death penalty immediately. Like, I mean, honestly, like, I'm weird to advocate for death penalty, but man, like, at the end of the day, like, if you fucking hurt someone's pet or another animal, like, death. Just death. I mean, do we need to question it? I mean, like, dude, it's one thing to kill, like, a person, but, like, you kill, like, an innocent animal that has literally nothing to do with whatever fucking weird bullshit you got going on. Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Bro, he killed the dogs, too? That's insane.
And the cat! Don't forget the cat, Hassan.
What the fuck? Like, the family, I understand. Like, that's fucked up, but that's...
Hassan, did you just say that? The family, I understand. Did you just say that? Let's go, dude. Hassan just got clipped. The family, I understand murdering. But the animals, though, that's another fucking line I'm drawing the sand on right there. I'm drawing a line right there. The family, I understand. Like, whoa, is that a little bit of a projection there, Hassan?
You know, everybody does that kind of thing. Like, all the murderers become murderers by killing their families. But, like, why would you kill the fucking pets? Yeah, I'm not talking about the cat, but, like, you know, the dogs especially. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And if anyone can get away with killing his family, it's a rocket scientist genius.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
The other man in this room, this man, Joshua Armstrong, is also a genius, albeit in another field. Detective Armstrong is an expert in...
Okay, this dude... I'm not gonna lie. He's about to hit us with some pseudo-scientific nonsense that you hear in, like, criminal justice classes, but I don't care about any of that. Okay, like, oh, he's an expert in, like, kinetic language or whatever, fucking, who cares, okay? And I know Cinemarxism immediately said there ain't no genius cops. Bro, this guy literally looks like he would be a guy that you bring in a fucking movie to solve the crime, okay? I'm sorry, if you look like that, this dude is the least cop-coded cop I've ever seen. We have watched on the...
I mean, honestly, you know, considering that Armstrong dude is the investigator here, and he just... Honestly, like, the clip, the little frame we saw, he was wearing a hoodie. Like, he does not really look like a cop, at least, you know, especially with true crime that I've seen in the past. Like, yeah, I mean, he kind of looks almost like, yeah, what Hassan's saying, like, an investigator you would see in, like, some, like, crime movie or something.
Podcast. Perhaps thousands of hours of interrogation footage. Okay? Thousands of hours of interrogation footage. And I have never seen a straight up Sherlock Holmes Andy looking motherfucker like this one. I don't know, man. This guy is a clearance rate. This guy is single-handedly keeping the clearance rate at like 5%. Without him, the entire law enforcement community would be at like 1%. He is the archetypical by-the-book Andy, okay? He looks like Jack Smith. Someone in the chat just said that. And if you recall, I said the exact same thing about Jack Smith as well. Okay?
If you're going to get on attention about that, blah, 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 I want more of the video.
Specializing in micro-expressions, meaning that if Michael's acting prowess isn't
this stuff is
equal to his aerospace engineering skill.
I mean, look at this cop. He's like wearing a hoodie or some shit, or like some like casual ass jacket. Like, oh my god, dude! Even the way he's just looking. I mean, he kind of looks like almost like, you know, some like actor in like some crime movie almost. And then you got like this dude. Oh my god, this is like honestly the more stranger true crime things I've seen. Outside of the JF thing that we saw last night. Like, that true crime shit was fucking, like, I don't even know, bro. That's insane. That's insane. Because, like, I mean, that's not even solved yet. But I think we all understand what JF Garibay did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just like, look at, what was it, like, an hour in the stream or something like that? I need to timestamp it, actually, because, like, I mean, it took up the rest of the stream, like, you know, when it came to looking in JF, like, I mean, because that shit was fucking wild, and I know that, like, you know, JSS, you know, Criminal Psychology, or, like, Explore With Us, you know, or, like, some other true crime fucking channel, they're gonna delve into it eventually. You know, it's gonna be a fucking upload there at some point, and we're gonna look at it. You know, we're going to look at it in its totality, because we'll be able to have, like, kind of the insider knowledge almost, you know, knowing it before it even was, you know, like, all said and done. It's like, oh shit, bro. That'll be a fun one to delve into once it's all said and done, especially because, I mean, I can only imagine what the, like, interrogation footage and, like, you know, the questioning looks like and all this other shit, body cam stuff. Like, I can only imagine what the fuck that has to say. Like, I mean, knowing what we know now about that case with JF, like, I mean, I can only imagine what the investigation, like, you know, footage and all that other shit looks like. I mean, it's gonna look so fucking weird and creepy, and definitely worth an analysis. So, one of these days, we'll definitely have to check it out. And we seriously, honestly need to do some more true crime stuff. Like, honestly, we need to delve into that a little more. Like, I want to make that, like, you know, kind of a thing a little bit. Like, you know, what you know, do a little analysis and stuff, because I honestly do generally love delving into shit like this. Like, and also there's a case in Oregon that I know about, that even Venom knows a little bit. Like, we should delve into that case, too. Like, there's some different cases that, like, are pretty wild, you know? So, like, I mean, we should make this more of a thing. We should definitely delve into some more true crime stuff, for sure. Like, because it's... I mean, it's interesting, and especially, like, some of the different, like, behavioral patterns that you can kind of, like, you know, recognize, especially when it comes to, like, who might be guilty and who's innocent, and when it comes to, like, you know, all that shit. Like, I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Like, there's a lot of cool analysis when it comes to that type of stuff. So, I mean, we definitely need to delve into some, you know, this type of shit a little more, because it's fun. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it's pretty fun to, you know, just kind of, like, you know, analyze in a way. Should become a detective. I mean, you know, honestly, like, if there was anything that I would do when it comes to law enforcement, I mean, like, I would certainly love to be an investigator, because I think I would do a pretty good job at being in, like, this situation. Like, I kind of feel like I would do pretty good being an investigator, being an interrogator in, like, you know, like a homicide case or something like that. Like, in this situation, right? Like, I think I would do legitimately pretty good, you know, in a situation like this. Like, I even mentioned it in the JF, like, true crime analysis that we're looking at, you know, when it came to Dusty, you know, looking at that video, like, or, you know, with his stream, you know, stuff. Like, I mean, you know, like, get me in a room with JF, like, outside of the animosity I obviously have with him as a person and his politics, like, you know, putting that aside, I bet I probably could get a confession out of that motherfucker within 2 hours. I bet. I honestly bet, dude. Like, I mean, because I kind of get how he is. I understand, you know, how he might operate and stuff. So, like, you know, I can kind of play that into him a little bit and kind of slowly using the read technique, basically, you know, slowly but surely, you know, get a confession out of him. You know, like, because honestly, I bet we might see it here. We might see the read technique used here in this case right here. Because I saw this being recommended to me before. I don't think by this channel specifically that Hassan's looking at. But I've seen this case where with this like astrophysicist guy who used to work at Raytheon or whatever the fuck. I've seen this case. I haven't looked into it yet outside of this right now. And the only reason why is because it's kind of short, you know. So might as well check it out because like I guarantee you, it's pretty fucking whack. But I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to kind of analyze, see what this person is and maybe kind of how this plays out.
Armstrong will see through it. But with Michael having killed his wife and children only 2 hours prior to this interrogation, the truth is that this detective has a
2 hours prior? Oh.
Uphill battle. Importantly, Detective Armstrong has no real evidence with which to use as ammunition. At present, the only known facts are that Michael Patton's wife, daughter, son, 3 dogs, and 1 cat were found dead in their house. While Michael had called the emergency line, claiming to have killed his family, when police arrived at the scene, Michael's story changed.
So he called saying that admitting that he did kill his family? But then when they showed up, his story changed? What the fuck? Okay. I'm already, detecting a sense of mental psychosis shit going on, honestly.
The police found Michael's house ablaze. Michael...
Ablaze?
...outside had told the responding officers that his family was still inside the house. In other words, Michael Patton, on the phone, had admitted to the murders while in-person Michael Patton appears to be unaware of the fact that his family had been shot dead before the house was set aflame. Barring a prank phone call or a framing situation, the most likely scenario is that Michael had killed his family, called the police to admit his crime, and then later regretted it, thereafter setting a fire to hide the evidence. From the arrival of the responding officers to the arrival of Michael...
Okay, I'm not...
Yeah, if he's trying to hide the evidence, even though he admitted that he killed his family, like, on the 911 call, that doesn't make sense. So, what the fuck is going on with this case? Whoa, dude. This dude, must have, had a psychosis snap of some sort, honestly. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't...
You're still on the phone with her? he's literally doing this. Dude, he's so done with having a conversation. He's been on the phone with, this chick he's been talking to for literally, 4 fucking hours, and he seriously wants to be done with it. He's trying to find a way to get out of it, and it just won't end.
Now what?
Genius to arrest this guy and clap him. What? He admitted it. What the fuck? Hello? How the hell is he gonna get out of this at that point? Yeah, I'm not that impressed with your guy here. Yeah.
To this interrogation room, Michael has acted as though he was unaware that his family is deceased, even questioning the police as to why he's being brought down to the station. Joshua Armstrong, a seasoned detective, has determined that with all witnesses being dead, his best game plan is to build as much rapport as possible to extract a confession.
The read technique, basically.
He has no knowledge of Michael Patton as a person, and thus wants to get a feel for the suspect before anything else.
This is actually a very common technique amongst investigators, and especially, someone under his position. If they have minimal evidence and, have, nothing, to kind of really, pin the, crime against somebody, they want to use the read technique to try to, make the suspect comfortable and thus, try to get as much of a confession out of him as possible. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are guilty of the crime, so to speak, but that does mean that they want to try to get as much honest, genuine information out of him as possible. And because of that, that's essentially kind of the whole idea of the read technique, is that, you want to build a rapport and try to like minimize judgment, bias, critique, various different things that, will potentially make a suspect shut down. And that's essentially what this guy's talking about, is that, building rapport, kind of having a bare minimal sense of empathy and lack of judgment, and understanding, and even using certain qualifiers like, hey, sometimes shit happens, sometimes good people do bad things, they'll do things like that as a way to kind of like coax, somebody out of a confession, of a crime potentially, of saying like, hey, especially if they have, concrete evidence against somebody, they'll be like, hey, look, we understand that sometimes shit happens. We just want to understand why. And we get it that sometimes, someone like you that might be a good person might do some bad things. And this is just something that ended up being a really bad situation and blah, blah, blah. And all that other type of stuff. They will use these type of things as a way to try to, coerce, not necessarily coerce, all the time, but at least, make, a suspect comfortable to do a confession and actually be honest with the crime they might have committed. So, especially considering that this guy is the only witness to the entire crime and everything going on, and he did kind of admit it, in the 911 call. It's more about trying to find out a why and how everything happened. Because obviously he admitted to killing his family, which includes the pets and everything, and and when he was caught, when the officers showed up and when his house was set ablaze, he had a weird different story. So at this point, it's trying to, it's kind of obvious that he did it. It's more about why. So using the read technique, it's using that ability to slowly but surely figure out, why did you do this? And, and maybe saying, hey, you might be a good person, but you did some bad things because, some shit happened. So, what were those things? Because obviously, something happened where you just felt like it was not good for you. And you just had a moment where you broke. So what was that? Shit like that. And honestly, I bet, we might see some of those type of techniques, going on right here. The idea of hey, you're not a bad person, but you just did some bad things, so blah blah blah, using the read technique essentially. I guarantee we're going to see some of that going on here.
Let's watch him do his work. But first, a moment of silence for the victims.
What?
Okay, that's odd. I never had that happen for a true crime thing. Usually it's just getting right into the case and, giving you a hook, to start with and stuff. This is new. Okay. 2 pugs, a bulldog, and what?
But first, a moment of silence for the victims.
Son, daughter, what? 2 pugs, a bulldog, and a cat.
Let me get the back. Oh my, okay, the hat.
Oh my god, the fucking hat, bro. Bruh, what is this 10-gallon hat fucking situation, bro? Oh my god, dude, what a cowboy. Oh my god, yes. Dude, what is this hat, bro? What? What? You're wearing a 10-gallon hat? Oh, okay. Okay.
Hat is ridiculous. I've never seen a channel that does one of those do that. A moment of silence for the victim. It's still kind of funny that they put the fucking dog.
Really?
I found out he actually just straight up admitted on the phone call that he did the crime. At that point, it's just a matter of catching him slipping again.
Person is going to swab your hand real quick, and then we'll do that and get those handcuffs off of you, okay? You need something?
I'll just sit here and wait.
Okay, you need something to drink or anything?
Please.
Water, okay?
This one's so confused.
So confused?
Michael, was that quick enough for you, brother? You go by Mike or Michael?
Usually Mike. Usually Mike.
Can you stand up for me? I'm gonna get them handcuffs off of you, okay? This is who I was talking about. Was gonna take a swab of your hands, okay? You okay with?
Okay, so far, our 10-gallon cowboy hat wearing motherfucker over here. Oh my God, I cannot get over his hat. I mean, this guy, he's using the read technique pretty exceptionally. Like, it's like, hey, let me take the handcuffs off you. Like, he kind of notices that his suspect is in distress, so he's trying to make him calm down. Like, which actually, in a way, is good. You want this guy to calm down so you can be able to make his thoughts more clear so you can understand what the fuck he did. Like, so he's obviously in exceptional distress, so this investigator is actually doing so far a pretty amicable job, all things considered. I'm not one to give favor to cops, but I'm just saying, he's doing a pretty good job, trying to help him calm down.
Yeah.
So he can, get to the bottom of the case. Just saying.
Do you have any injuries to you right now? Are you hurt anywhere, bleed anywhere, cut anywhere?
I know.
Okay. Well, do you mind standing up right there on the spot, please? You've got a bruise right here. Is this old?
Yes, it's a couple days old.
Couple days old. Okay. Anything on the backside? Little cuts or anything like that? Do you mind if I let your shirt up?
For it.
You got a, can't tell if that's a scratch over here. You got a cat or something at the house?
3 dogs and
A cat.
It looks like you got maybe a cat scratch over here on one side.
probably the puppy.
Puppy?
Can I stare?
Got a puppy. Oh my dude. Oh.
Minute.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I was hard.
You were sitting there for a long time. Give me just a second. Here's your cup of water, Mike.
Thank you.
Give me just a second.
This cop's doing a pretty good job with the read technique, trying to make sure that this guy feels comfortable and, feels like, he can, relax a lot of his stress, so he can, make his thoughts more clear to get to the bottom. Like, as much as we already know kind of what the fuck he did, and as much as we all kind of wish death on him, this is actually good. This is actually a good thing what this officer is doing. Because, at the end of the day, if you want to try to get to the bottom and get the full details of a specific case, especially for something like this, you want the suspect and you want the person who ultimately did it to be as comfortable as possible so you can get the most honest confession out of him as possible. So far, this officer's actually not doing a bad job, make sure that he can try to feel a little bit more comfortable in a situation, so he can get the details and the confession out of him. Yeah. What the fuck is he doing now?
He killed a puppy and his whole family as well. The puppy thing does, I feel like, signal something even beyond.
I haven't met you before.
Obviously, killing your whole family is, psychopathic. But, then also you killed the puppies and the fucking cat? Jesus Christ, dude. What the
this is a very common thing that is actually backed by a lot of different studies and shit, where when it comes to serial killers and very sociopathic, antisocial behavioral traits, when it comes to people that are very likely to commit murders or, multiple murders, like a serial killer and shit, the first thing that they usually tend to do is, either torture or kill animals and bury them and stuff like that. And usually use animals as their outlet first. Whether it's wild animals like squirrels or rats or whatever the fuck, or even potential pets that they might have. It's a very common trait, for a lot of people that tend to be serial killers and murderers and shit. And in fact, there's honestly a lot of the different true crime stories that I've seen, some of these, cases, some of these people that have committed different murders and shit like that, some of the different things they'll talk about. I actually remember one specific case of this teenager where she killed one of her friends, where she would supposedly just dig holes for fun as a hobby, and she would find different dead animals, allegedly, you know, and would basically just bury them and stuff like that, you know, and just have like this whole hole digging thing, you know, as a hobby. And sometimes she would find dead animals and do it that way, or sometimes she'll just dig holes for the sake of it and shit like that. And conveniently, one of those holes happened to have a corpse in it, you know, and she was well aware of what the fuck it was and all that shit. And, you know, the cops and the investigators obviously knew exactly what the hole was, and they were saying, so how do you know how this hole happened? And she had a whole fake bullshit story to it. But, I mean, you know, she eventually confessed, and her aunt, or I think her grandma, one or the other, who happened to be in the same room, she broke down fucking freaking the fuck out because of that shit. It was like an insane story. Like, I mean, and it's like, but nonetheless, I mean, the point being, it's like, she, before killing her friend, or at least, you know, one of her, like, siblings' friends, if I remember correctly from the story, like, she tortured, potentially, or at least, you know, would kill animals and bury them. And, you know, there was at least, you know, various different, you know, points of evidence that pointed towards that. And it's just like, I mean, and also Jeffrey Dahmer, for example, at least, you know, for a far more extreme case as a serial killer, like, before he started doing his killings, you know, when he was growing up, he would kill and torture different animals and stuff like that, you know, before he actually started doing his official killings. So this is a very common trait for people that tend to especially have very antisocial personality behavioral traits, and who happen to be, you know, likely, you know, have ticks towards, you know, being a serial killer and shit like that. I mean, you know, and honestly, I mean, especially from my experience, a lot of people that tend to have things like mental illness and shit like that, especially concerning me being mentally, you know, having a disability myself, you know, being autistic, like, I mean, you know, in my experience, people, you know, mentally disabled people tend to be far more empathetic towards animals and shit like that. So it's like a very rare specific neurological tick that happens where it's like antithetical. Like, you know, where it's like more like, oh yeah, I look at animals and I want to like abuse them, and then eventually, you know, expand that and pontificate that towards people as well, because of whatever fucking reason it might be. Like, it's kind of a freaky fucking thing in a way. Because, like, I mean, there's a certain, like, neurological pattern to it. But, I mean, you know, it's like, it's not really specifically pinned to one, like, thing, you know? Like, it's pinned towards, like, all sorts of various, you know, different variables. But, like, it's never really to a specific thing. And this guy's definitely, you know, got a lot of different pings, you know, that, you know, go towards that, you know, because it wasn't, he kind of did it all one shebang. Like, it wasn't just, like, his own family, but he decided to go for his pets all one go. And that's a different situation in comparison to, like, you know, like, just his own family or whatever, you know?
Like, it's beyond, like, it's even more nutty than, like, the average mass murderer, serial killer, family killer guy. No, it's because he set the house on fire. Like, okay, release the fucking puppies, man. What do you mean?
Just tell her you got, like, something to do or whatever.
No sense. He said no witnesses, but it's like, what's the puppy gonna...
He's still on the phone to this kid.
Dude, talk to the cops?
My name's Joshua.
The puppy's gonna talk to the other fucking K9 unit, you know what I mean? And then the K9 unit is gonna tell the cop.
Armstrong, okay? I don't know.
Back.
Shake hands and coronavirus is time.
I don't always stay at home. We both work from home.
Okay. What do you do?
Oh, wait, this is like recent. He said, we shake hands, coronavirus is done.
For a living.
What's for Raytheon?
Huh?
Raytheon.
Raytheon, is that oil or gas or
defense?
Oh, God.
Is that oil, gas, or defense? Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, I love this cop already. Oh, he's such a fucking hog, dude. What is that, oil? Raytheon.
Oil or hospitals, defense, boy. He took his hat off. Oh, shit.
Mike, I told you my name, Josh Armstrong. This is Kyle Peck, okay? We're both with Flying Police Department. You are in the back of that patrol.
Dude, look at that fucking 10-gallon, dude. Dude, that is a cowboy hat of Giga Chad proportions if I've ever seen one, brother. That is a fancy cowboy hat, I tell you what. How much you want to bet that is like a police-approved, like police-issued cowboy hat, bro?
Long time. Is your legs okay? They get on to sleep?
My right one's still trying, but I'm gonna stand up there. So
You can, if you need to stand up, just tell me you need to stand up, okay? I'm gonna let.
They're cops. COVID was done in September 2020. COVID was never a thing for cops. Except for when they all died to COVID. Like, so many people died to COVID. But they still were like, no, it's not a real thing.
Let you read this at the same time I read it, okay? It says you have the right to remain silent, not make any statement at all. Anything you say can and will be used against you at your trial.
The Miranda
You have
rights.
the right to have a lawyer present and advise you prior to and during any questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to represent you before any questioning. You have the right to terminate this interview at any time. Do you understand each of these rights, Mike?
100% okay with you arrested. Yeah, I understand this.
Okay. Well, we can answer any questions you have here in just a minute, okay? And you said you do understand your rights? Okay, and with your rights in mind, you want to speak with me now?
Imagine exchanging a confession for an FGM 148 Javelin.
I don't know if I need a lawyer. I don't.
That's a complete personal decision on your.
One thing that we've seen.
The guy, okay, so the suspect literally was like, I don't know if I need a lawyer or not right now. Look, I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. Like, I mean, if you're innocent, get a lawyer. If you're guilty, get a lawyer. If you're in the situation right here, where you're in like, the, like, investigation room, when the investigator's talking to you, get a fucking lawyer. It don't matter if you're innocent, guilty, or otherwise. Like, I mean, get a goddamn lawyer. Because, I mean, whatever behavior, whatever your answer, whatever, how, it don't matter. Like, police are going to, look for anything that, they think might be guilty. Even if you are. Like, I mean, so, get a fucking lawyer. Just for your own benefit and your own sake, get a lawyer. Like, no matter what. I mean, just like, I mean, if you're in this position, once they tell you your Miranda rights, be like, okay, I understand my rights. I would like to have a lawyer or attorney with me immediately. It's like before we continue to go further. And then there you go. Then, they can't fucking investigate you and interrogate you. You have to have a lawyer present before that happens. There you go. Like, that's how you fucking defend your ass. And that's how you protect your ass. Like, I mean, and that's when you're guilty or innocent, especially if you're innocent. Like, if you're innocent, get a goddamn lawyer, because the idea that when it comes to the Miranda rights, when they tell you that shit, they want to try to imply that, oh, if you get a lawyer, then you're guilty. No, they're not. Like, if anything, if you get a lawyer, I mean, that kind of states your innocence, especially, because you want to make sure that, your words and whatever you might say aren't used against you, because you might be fabricated for the crime that you might not have committed. So, I mean, no matter what, period, regardless, get a fucking lawyer.
No matter what happens, no matter what fucking background you're from, okay?
Yep.
It's just that, like, you always immediately have the assumption that having a lawyer or calling a lawyer automatically means you're guilty, which, cops do treat it that way for sure. But, like, it doesn't matter. You should do it regardless. But so many people, I think, under the assumption that they think they'll do a good job by being able to, like, handle it themselves, just don't get a lawyer. It's so stupid. Get a lawyer. Even if you are not a criminal, okay? Get a fucking lawyer.
Mike, I just need to make sure that you do understand your rights, and then if you want a lawyer, you can let me know and we can get you one. And obviously I think you got some questions that you were trying to ask me a minute ago.
Too, but I don't want to be arrested, so I feel like I need somebody to help me with what's going on. Because I don't have any idea what's going on.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, neither one of us have an idea of what's going on right now either, because we haven't spoken with you yet. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So we really don't know. We don't know what's going on. I think our hope was that you would help us figure out what's going on as much as us help you figure out what's going on.
And honestly, because he hasn't overtly said that he wants a lawyer, they have every right to continue to pressure him. And, I mean, honestly, considering what he's saying so far, it's not bad. Like, he's saying, it's like, hey, look, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. We hope that you would help us because, frankly, you're only witness, to the whole situation. So, hey, look, we understand that you need to kind of collect your thoughts a little bit, but hey, we're trying to figure out what's going on here. So, just try to help us. It's a help, it's a help me help you situation.
I don't know what happened.
Are you sound really short.
Damn, he's not your average engineer in Raytheon. He's a bit of a bad boy. Look at that tattoo.
Short of breath. Do you have asthma or medical condition or anything, or are you just top?
Does he have a tat?
He's not your average engineer in Raytheon. He's a bit of a bad boy. Look at that tattoo.
Short of breath.
Does he have a tat? I don't see one. I don't see one.
Asthma or medical condition or anything, or are you just top?
Man, sleep apnea, maybe, but...
I'm stressed out.
Just really stressed?
I don't know what's happening.
I just want to clarify before I ask you any questions or you ask me any questions. You said you did understand your rights. You do want to speak with me, correct?
Start, but I don't know. If I start getting overwhelmed, I want somebody to...
You can stop the interview at any time.
Okay. Huh.
What was your question? You were trying to ask me some questions when we were coming up the stairway.
I don't know what's happening. I don't remember what happened. I remember working this afternoon.
What do you do for Raytheon?
Murder. I mean, fuck. Not my family.
I make sure everything's right before it gets released. Sure, drawings or documents or what.
I really don't know what Raytheon does. What is it?
I don't think he knows. Chat was like, oh no, he's acting like he doesn't know what Raytheon is. But no, I actually don't think he knows, man. I think he sincerely has no idea.
Missiles, aerospace.
I think it was just kind of hired to basically be like a proofreader or like somebody that like double checks to make sure like documents and stuff are all in check and shit.
So are you still employed? Is Raytheon is a private contractor? It's contracted through the government?
Contracts and stuff, yeah. Okay. Mainly government contracts.
What is it that you do for them?
The configuration stuff. I run a meeting every month with the Navy. Check all the drawings.
Given the circumstances, the detective's questions might seem overly mundane. This is intentional, as Michael Patton's game plan is to play confused. If the detective can show that Michael is cognizant and lucid, it can lead observers, such as a jury, to believe that Michael's claim of confusion is merely an act. Thus, Detective Armstrong's first goal is to determine that Michael is indeed lucid.
Yep.
For my programs, to make sure everything's right, I make sure that the markings are correct so that we're protected. Government will highlight, copyright and all that fun stuff.
Is it like classified type of stuff, or?
Well, I have my classified, or I've been cleared classified, but I don't work on a classified program currently.
Forgive me, I don't know.
There's something that I have to mention here that I find particularly funny. I love this channel having a fucking fedora in its goddamn watermark. Like,
I've noticed that
channels love putting the water.
I mean, the Explorer with Us channel, EWU, like they have a fucking wolf as their icon. So it happens to be the same thing, but it's just like a fucking like wolf going like doing that shit. And it's just like what?
Right in the middle of their FOIA requested public access videos that they're like putting on their content. But the fact that they also have like a fedora in the watermark makes this so funny. Especially because like the guy is like such a tip milady fedora wearing dude.
I wasn't.
It's also like conveniently right all over him.
I'm still learning.
How did you get in? Were you in the military?
He does configuration control. He's not a genius scientist. Yeah, I don't
Is that
know.
how you got into that? Or?
He definitely isn't.
My degree.
He's just basically like a pencil pusher, from what it sounds like.
Anybody can do, or like, do you need some kind of what's the degree in?
My degree is engineering physics.
Okay, so that's why that's the physics part of the things.
Not necessarily for what I do right now, but I can use it. I understand electronics and schematics.
I don't understand any electronics or schematics. Were you in the military at all?
I was in the Marine Corps.
And how long were you there?
6 years.
6 years? And did you get deployed at all?
I got injured on prep for deployment, so I didn't go. I hurt my ankle.
Bad?
Sprained it real bad, enough that it delayed me past shipping out, so I didn't deploy.
Detective Armstrong does not know this at this point, but Michael Patton was
classic
being strangely truthful here. Later interviews with people who know Michael would show that Michael consistently lied about the action he saw in the Marine Corps. Apparently, Michael discussed with multiple people numerous battles he had experienced during his time as a Marine.
But that's
so basically stolen valor, even though he was literally in the Marine Corps. What?
funnier. That is also classic. Getting injured past point of deployment and then lying about like how many 14-year-olds you murdered in on active duty is. Wow, this guy hit the high Monty. This is all of the things. The only thing that is more classic than this is a guy who dresses up in tactical shit, okay, and is never served, but also lies about serving.
Michael has decided to not risk lying about unrelated issues so that he can focus his mental energy on concealing the crime in question.
The Marine Corps
communications tech. So I fixed the radio.
You got a pretty impressive background between the Marine Corps and then the Raytheon stuff.
I try.
Tell me a little bit.
He's like, I'm a high achiever. That's why I murdered my family. I mean, fuck, I didn't do that. I did not do that.
I definitely didn't do it.
I'm trying to piece together the puzzle. I think the same way you are. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you like doing?
Murdering my family. I mean, fuck.
What's your family like? And who, you know, I mean,
dead.
My family's like, dead.
Wife and I have been together since I was 19 and she was 18. We have 2 kids. She's a nurse.
So high school sweethearts?
Bro, did you really say, how do you go from Marine Corps to fat? My friend, have you met...
It's called eating crayons.
Have you met a veteran? Let me explain.
No shit. Dude, I mean, even at the bar I was at tonight, they're like, I mean, dude, like, I know plenty of vets who are kind of a little bit of chunk boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean... there plenty of vets tend to be a little bit chunk, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not dogging on them. I'm just saying, this is an observation. Some vets, tend to be a little chunk, but that's okay. It's fine to be a little chunk, I ain't gonna dog on it.
You're 18, 19, 20, early 20s, okay? And you're burning 8,000 calories a day because you're wearing a fucking 75 pounds worth of gear. And you're eating literally the worst dog shit. Like, things that you should not ever give to a human being, okay? Just basically like 800 grams of sugar in the form of MREs and whatever the fuck else that they're serving, whatever else kind of fucking slop that they serve. The Marines, other than the steady diet of crayons, okay?
MREs and
what
crayons.
ends up happening is like, once you are no longer, constantly fucking burning calories like you would, and you still keep eating like shit, you become very fat very quick. Yeah, because you're still eating shit.
Daughter's a swimmer. Pretty good.
I can't get over his fucking awesome hat, dude. My brother's a Marine, and I feel you're disrespecting the family. Yeah, always. Always. There's always somebody who's like, actually, like, my brother's a Marine, and he loved the red crayons, and only for the texture, and not necessarily for the actual taste. Like, there's to it. True, when I got put on a bunch of weight, lost it since, but shit is real. eating the same like I was in the same demand. Yep.
He's high-functioning autistic, but he manages some days. Other days that or all doesn't help. I like music.
You collect vinyl? A lot of it?
I just started not too long ago, probably 2 years ago.
How much do you think you got?
40, 50 albums.
Okay.
I'm not hardcore yet.
Well, the only reason I know about that is my father-in-law was a radio DJ for like 34 or 40 years, a long time. And so he came to live, he needed a place to live when he moved. So he lived with us for a little bit, and he brought these wooden crates. I guess they're made specifically because they're the size of the vinyl records that fit in. He probably had like 30 of these wooden crates full of vinyl records that we had to move in and then move out. You know how moving goes, but so he had a huge vinyl collection, but I think he's doing his thing now.
Dude, I bet I'm just kind of thinking about my friend Tyler, dude. I bet he has like well over 100, maybe like 150 fucking vinyls of like metal bands from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, from like the 2000s, 2010, like even contemporary bands. Like, dude, my boy, he also has a vinyl player too. Like, I mean, like he has like a whole fucking setup for his vinyls. It's just like, dude, I mean, it's like you need to like get like a legit full fucking like pad, like for like a studio apartment where you can like, you know, record your music or some shit. Cause like, goddamn, bro, like you got like a setup for your vinyls and like your music and your amps and all that shit. Where it's like, it needs to be a little bit of an upgrade. You know what I mean? Like, cause this house isn't really like totally built for that shit. And it's like, man, he could totally do a fat upgrade with that. Cause like, man, I'm like, I'd love to have some vinyls myself, because honestly, my dad, like, behind these flags right here, there's a whole collection of vinyls, like, all right here. See? All these bad boys. There's, I don't even know what, like, here, let me see. There's, what the fuck here? Wayne Newton, Mario Azana, fucking Ray Price, Heart. That's a pretty good band. I know there's like the Who in here or some shit. There's like a few other bands in here. Steve Miller, there's like at least, you know, a bunch of shit. I can't read every single tiny little thing, but like there's like Heart, you know, a few others and shit like that. So I mean, dude, all that's just from my parents. Like, and I don't even think that's all of them. I think they have like a few others like stored somewhere else. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's only like half of it. I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it is. The vinyls are so cool, but. Yeah, back to this guy though. Back to this fucking murderous creep.
Music, like hanging out with my kids. Been binge watching TV show lately. Just on an episode or two.
What show is it?
Supernatural.
Oh God!
Uh-oh.
Arrest him! No, that's enough. Jail.
Done.
You. Okay,
Jail. Jail. Uh-oh.
Brother.
Never heard of it?
Life is solving crimes, okay, with your fucking 10-gallon hat. Get the hell out of here. Of course you don't know what the fuck Supernatural is.
You don't, yeah, come on.
Your entire life revolves around solving crimes, brother. Look at your fucking fit. He's like, he didn't know what Raytheon was, dude.
So we've been watching that. I play video games every once in a while, but I'm not that into it. It's just that I like to play my time. Been getting back into working out recently.
No, you're not.
Trying to better myself.
You going to the gym or doing it at home?
Gym, but we're working on buying something for the house.
Like a home gym thing? You go in the garage? What, you said your son's high-functioning autistic. How old is your son?
13.
13?
For the sake of avoiding...
Dude, he killed this kid who's autistic. Okay. Fuck this guy especially.
confrontation with Michael, the detective has decided to play along and use the present tense to refer to Michael's dead family members. This is intentional but cognitively difficult for most people to do. Essentially, the detective has to play make-believe with Michael, all the while mentally juggling his interrogation strategy, observing Michael's body language, and analyzing Michael's story. In a high-pressure situation, such as in a murder interrogation room, even expert detectives can slip up.
When you say high function,
I mean, honestly, one thing I wanted to point out, considering the broader read technique, is that the officer, he's very relaxed. He has his, legs sprawled out, his hands, like kind of like on his lap, basically. And he's kind of shown himself to be in a very opening, exposed position, to try to be kind of like relaxed and kind of show a sense of, not really tensity and like really a strong sense of like, like aggression, basically. And also it's a way to mimic the suspect, because look at him, he's doing the same thing. His legs are sprawled out, his hands are on his lap, he's kind of doing the same thing. Like, he's basically mimicking the suspect to try to make the suspect feel more comfortable. Like, this is kind of a broader element of the read technique, where it's like meant to try to mimic the body language to try to make the suspect feel comfortable, to kind of get a sense of what their natural, like normal, comfortable, body language is.
Many different kinds of autism out there. What is
That's crazy. That's actually very interesting that like the detective doesn't know what Raytheon is, but knows that there's like different, like autism is a spectrum. Says a lot about America at this point, and also
I think that's just the investigator trying to be coy with the suspect, though. I think he's trying to like just warm up the suspect. I mean, I don't really think that really says much about him.
Mental health and I mean, seriously, like he doesn't know what fucking supernatural is, he doesn't know what Raytheon is, but he's like, well, there's a lot of...
I think that's just rapport building. I mean, I think I saw him might be just, looking in it a little too much. I think the cop might just be doing, basic rapport building. I'm pretty sure he knows, what autism is and Raytheon and all this other shit, like a supernatural. I'm sure he knows all these things. Like, he's an investigator. Like, I mean, he's not that dumb. He's just doing this, to try to do rapport building with the suspect. That's just what he's trying to do.
Acting dumb about Raytheon? You think so? Dog, he's just lying. He literally said in the vid that he knows what it is, but is playing dumb. I don't know. I don't believe it. Because then he kept asking other questions.
This is specific.
He's, anxiety, he was kind of not antisocial, but busy social environments. He had a delayed learning. He didn't speak until he was 4.
Better than me. I'm just gonna be blunt and honest. Like, I didn't start speaking until I was about 5 or 6. But as soon as I did not shut the fuck up. And honestly, like, true to this day.
So usually, like I said, the Adderall tends to help.
Why'd they give him Adderall for autism? That I don't understand.
That's a bad idea. And also, you don't understand it? Well, that's America Healthcare for you there, buddy.
I guess in America, they're just like, oh, is your kid like, is there something wrong with your kid? Here, take some fucking meth. Azan, you could never be a detective king. Dude, I would detect the top of the hour ad break so fucking far and all of your dumb segues from a mile away.
Are you doing it? Are you doing that? Oh, hell no. Hell no. I ain't about that. Ain't about that shit.
Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If I can do segues like that, I would do a...
He's very easily addicted to screens.
Oh,
addicted to what? Screens, like video games, his phone, stuff like that. He does taekwondo. He seems to enjoy that. That gives him some...
ADHD and autism can have a ton of overlap in the sense that they're both neuropsychiatric disorders, and often patients can meet diagnosis criteria for both. You think I don't fucking know that? I know that.
Yeah, even I know that, yeah.
A very neurodivergent audience. A lot of people on the spectrum of my audience who constantly say, one of us, when I talk about my own personal experience, even though I was diagnosed with ADHD and not autism. So, You know, I get it. I know why the diagnosis is common. I just don't understand why. Like, I didn't realize they give they give Adderall to people with autism.
They do.
Focus, yeah.
Even though it's a bad idea and doesn't work or help or anything.
Gives them something like specific movements and is able to practice it. And...
Oh, for cute. Think of the 5 gifted.
How old was your daughter? How old is she? You said she does some swimming stuff?
What do you mean, what? Yeah, what?
Yeah, she is 14.
The detective's use of past tense is an inflection point in this interrogation.
This is kind of the first point where the investigator is starting to be a little confrontational with the suspect, trying to like see if he can squeeze a little something out of honesty when it comes to what happened.
Interrogation strategy, often referred to as the Reed technique, would compel the detective to confront.
Hey, dude, I was already talking about this. Hell yeah, dude! I was already talking about this type of shit. Yeah, here, let's look at this. Yeah. Reed technique is a method of interrogation. A system was developed in the United States by John E. Reed in the 50s. Reed was a polygraph expert and a former Chicago police officer. Technique was known as create a high-pressure environment for the interviewee. Followed by sympathy and offers some understanding and help, which I've talked about frequently when it comes to this technique, but only if a confession is forthcoming. Since this spread in the 60s, it's been a mainstay for police procedure, especially in the U.S., which is true. I don't know why Wikipedia says citation needed, because that is true. Like, I think there's plenty of investigative, interviews and shit like that. There's plenty of it, I think, where it shows that where that is the case.
Point. However, Detective Armstrong doesn't subscribe to this school of interrogation strategy and is more focused on Michael's nonverbal communication.
Well, he's definitely, attributing it to a certain extent.
Important in this detective's mind is the fact that Michael has avoided eye contact the entire time, barring this one confrontation. The detective decides not to push the issue, instead opting to pretend that he's made a mistake with his words. His reasoning is threefold. 1. Michael has shown his attentiveness in the interview by pointing out a single verb in the detective's speech.
Mm-hmm.
That is, Michael is not speaking in a daze, but is of complete clarity in this conversation.
Yep.
This is beneficial to the prosecution's case, as it can show that Michael is not as confused as he claims to be. 2. Michael, having shown a high level of intelligence, is likely enacting a pre-planned strategy. Locking eyes with the detective at the first sign of the conversation taking a turn toward the murder is most likely an attempt to draw the detective into a direct accusation.
He works at Raytheon. His son has autism.
Body language and has decided...
I don't think it takes a genius here to assume that he's not making eye contact, not because he's like the murderer. We know that. There's probably some other reasons why he's not making eye contact, okay?
You got the tism.
Homie's wearing a fucking NASA shirt. Come on.
He's got the tism.
Third, with all other witnesses already deceased, the detective has only Michael from which to extract the details of the murder. For this reason,
he's giving A-worded.
Detective Armstrong wishes to lock Michael into his story before making
A-word? Okay, it took me a second to just realize what he meant.
The only person who can give him an account of the crime is Michael himself. Thus, the detective needs to tread carefully. He's walking on eggshells, in other words.
What did you just swimming was?
Strokes. What did you say?
I'm just trying to learn who your family is. I don't know anything about it.
I said how old she was.
Got him!
I don't know why I said that. I just trying to figure out about your family.
Got him!
You got him.
But also, he's also kind of fucking up, too, because he's like, why would you pay attention to that? Like, nobody would pay attention to that.
That's true. The fact that he's so hyper aware that he noticed such a slight little slip up that the investigator said, honestly, I wouldn't have noticed it. Like, I probably would have thought, like, oh yeah, she is 14, but I wouldn't have probably necessarily noticed that the investigator said was. Even though I'm trying to say is, you know, so to speak. Yeah, right? Like, I mean, I wouldn't have caught that. The fact that he's that hyper aware, despite initially going into this very confused, shows that he's playing that up, and he's definitely got a sense of clarity, and he is very well aware about what's going on.
Unless you know, you knew that they were dead and you were trying to act like you didn't know that they were dead. You know what I mean? That's so dumb.
Yep.
He's really trying to figure out you.
It's all both.
She swings whatever events the meets are open, and you schedule whatever events that you want the kids to swim. It's not structured. I mean, sometimes the coaches will say, I want even this event.
Like the different strokes and like Michael Phelps kind of stuff, like the butterfly and all that stuff.
Like a Malcolm what?
Adderall is very different than methamphetamine. Also, you seem to have a few autistic traits, but you are masking very, very well. That's wild, dude.
What? Did really someone think that Hassan is autistic? Oh my god.
Every time the autism conversation comes up, there's a bunch of people in here that are like, no, you're definitely...
Dude, okay, I'm autistic as fuck, and Hassan is not autistic, okay? He just isn't. He's definitely got some ADHD for sure, but he ain't autistic, okay? Like, I being one that deals with that shit, yeah, he ain't. Nope.
Like, I know for a fucking fact. And you're masking, dude. Always. Always. Always, no matter what. You don't think if people have autistic traits is actually a trait of autism? What? No. I saw earlier today that was perfect for this, right? Someone posted.
Oh my god, there's like too much like weird shit going on. Oh my god, whatever. Like, I mean, what? Okay, yeah, okay, whatever.
Chemical imbalance, then it's like meth. Autistic shock.
God, son of a bitch. Can we just like get back to the crime? See, this is where Hassan has ADHD. He still unlocks a fuckload.
Stimulants work to varying degrees of ADHD. That's why we crush energy drinks and Mountain Dew without batting an ice like Adderall Light. I love energy drinks. Helps me.
Why do you think we're here today? I'm confused on why we are here. You don't remember anything from today?
I think of this the other day in my life.
Oh, sorry. Did I say the FDA? It is the DA's decision. My bad. I fucked it up. I fucked my 3-letter agency up on that one. It is absolutely the DA's decision.
Oh my god.
My bad. Thank you for correcting me, Chatter.
Don't know, okay.
We've been working lately. We haven't been struggling a little bit. I've been trying to work on it. I was going to counseling. I haven't been in a few weeks. So I've been going to counseling. And struggling on Saturday night. She had one of the guns and was saying that they're on their way out.
So it sounds like his wife had firearms, and he was somebody who was struggling with his mental health and was going to counseling formally, but then stopped and skipped a bunch of different meetings. And sounds like the puzzles are starting to come together a little bit.
No, she said the only way out was to basically catch up, and I wouldn't leave the room.
What?
And I wouldn't leave her.
What? Wait, whoa. That is fucking weird. No way. Nah, that's bullshit.
After about 2 hours, I got it away from her. But, you know, basically if I called in to try to get her some help, they'd take her personal license away. I didn't know what to do. Her best friend came over, and she ended up staying the night. Maybe that was Sunday night, because then she was there all day. Monday when we were working. And I've been watching. I've been afraid that she was going to hurt herself. I mean, I had the guns. And no.
Who's her best friend?
Her name's Heather.
She worked with her, or a high school friend, or
They're friends from middle school.
okay.
Work husband.
You know what Heather's last name is?
She's divorced, but I think she's still using Weber.
Heather Weber? That rhymes. So this was, you think, last Sunday?
Yeah, like a couple days ago. Sunday night, maybe.
Okay. Do you know what today is?
Thursday or Friday.
Yes. Today is Friday. Okay. So last Sunday night this still happened. Did you end up ever contacting anybody, or you just kind of let the friend kind of...
I let the friend, I've been talking to her. She was doing better throughout. She was talking to me, opening up. And thought we were doing better. And she agreed that she'd do couples counseling with me. And she said that, she's been waffling on it back and forth for about a month. She agreed she'd go. Told me I might not like all her answers, but that she would go because I thought it was important. And so I was going to look into this.
Okay. And so you said you hid the guns? Where'd you hide those at?
I had one of them.
Oh, he hide them.
Was up in my office that I didn't use it this week, but I've been using it for a few months. In the extra bedroom upstairs. And it was up there. And then the other one was, I had it in a bag. I was planning on putting them in my truck and trying to find a friend to take them to for a little while until it blew over, and felt like she was better.
How many guns do y'all have?
2.
Are they both handguns or rifles? So both handguns. Do you know what they are?
There's a Walther, it's a 22, and a 9mm Springfield.
Springfield. I used to have a Springfield 9mm. I traded it for a Glock. I didn't like them until I started carrying them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Of course, as soon as guns come up, the officer's like, oh yeah, let me give you have the opportunity to talk about guns right here. I used to own Springfield, try to trade for a Glock. Well, I never liked Glock myself until I started carrying one myself. I tell you what, brother, there's my fucking service piece. It's like,
It was a transfer, but they're very, very simple to use and operate and take down and clean and interchange parts and all that stuff. So
that isn't necessarily wrong.
I switched everything over and got rid of my Springfield. Has your wife ever had any suicidal stuff prior to this week?
A couple years ago, she had thoughts of it.
I like that he's just like dropping hints in the least subtle way possible. Like, well, she did have suicidal ideations. Like, let's not look at the hat on the table, brother. I can't stop looking at it. Anything, the hat on the table is like ruining. First of all, this is a GoPro camera, fisheye lens, so the hat looks even more comically large.
It does.
Okay, it's impossible to not.
Dude, it's like impossible to not see.
Talk about the hat, to not look at the hat. The hat is the main character in this interrogation. The hat is playing a serious role in this fucking interrogation. It's good cop, hat cop. Yeah.
Good hat, bad cat. Good hat, bad hat.
Worked through. Has she ever had any kind of a medical treatment for it or anything like that?
She just started opening up about when she was in...
The only reason why he's able to conduct this interrogation so successfully is because Hat Cop is giving him all those powers.
In middle school or high school, she went to counseling. Just recently told me that she was abused when she was a kid, and that's why she's been not wanting to go to therapy with me, because she doesn't like the experience.
Physical abuse or sexual abuse?
Sexual, from what she's told me.
Do you know who it was that done it to her, like a family or boyfriend?
I think it was friends of her dad and maybe her stepdad.
So
she told me about one, including when she was living with her dad in Michigan. There was the neighbor. She was babysitting and woke up to him over her, and there was other ones that she didn't tell me about. She told me.
Oh, so it's like not just one thing, or not just one person, kind of multiple.
And so she's struggled with that before, and So, like I said, we worked through it. And I've been trying to work through the issues that I was having. I've never been great with sharing my emotions, and that's why I went to counseling. Trying to be.
Bro, we gotta move this along a little bit. What's happening? No disrespect to this channel, but goodbye, hide a body in that hat.
Hide a body.
I feel like
dude, that is a 10-gallon hat. That's like a 200-pound gallon hat right there. I mean, you can you could fit a body in there.
It's awful. The cop is surprisingly good. I'm skipping forward a little bit because it's like he just kind of let the whole interrogation ride, you know what I mean? Nothing interesting happens until the last 15 minutes. All right, let's go here. The fuck did he say? This guy is just silent. Bro, you can't just... What? Bro, he kept just a silent, like...
Hmm?
The fuck did he say to him?
Just play it. Do it. Play it. Play it.
There ain't no way. There is literally this long of a fucking Okay, I need to hear what he said.
Wait, hold on. Did he honestly like let it play? No, dude, he did. It's the background. Yeah. What? Dude, it's that long of a pause?
There ain't no way. There is literally this long of a fucking Okay, I need to hear what he says. Oh my god, the pause is still...
Do you think to go chronological throughout your day-to-day from the time you woke up for lunch and what you did for work and just kind of see if maybe you can piece together, you know, what happened. Do you remember what you ate for breakfast?
I didn't.
No breakfast at all?
Toast about 11.
Did you eat anything for lunch, or was that your lunch, the toast?
Dude, it's pretty funny if he just stopped talking because the guy asked him what he ate for breakfast and lunch.
Did you eat anything for dinner tonight?
No.
Yeah, the reason why this long-ass pause happens is because he's just really intently trying to figure out what he had for... He's just trying to figure out what he ate. That's what's going on.
I lied tonight,
That's crazy. Why did he keep this entire pause in?
Do you remember the police coming to your house this evening?
I remember being on the sidewalk on my face.
Okay.
Here, Michael avoids the question. He instead volunteers unrelated information. We have talked about this strategy before in our other interrogation analysis videos. In short, this is a naive strategy that attempts to show one being truthful without having to answer a question truthfully. It's as if to say, let me tell you about this one verifiably true thing that happened instead of answering your question. You see, I'm being truthful with you. Now, as for your question, I cannot remember. And you should believe me because I just told you something else that's true, thereby solidifying my status as an honest person. In my experience, this strategy tends to be much more common with socially introverted suspects.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not a genius scientist, and this is not an expert detective. Like, he might be an expert detective, but like, and he's giving off the vibes that he's an expert detective, but like, what is he detecting? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he's not really that bad. I mean, he's just kind of, you know, being empathetic and just kind of letting him spill out whatever Bean said he happens to spill. I mean, you know, so he's not that bad.
You don't really need to do any detecting. I got clickbaited. I will admit, I got clickbaited. It's been like 3 days. It's been 3 whole days where I've been like, oh, we gotta watch this video, we gotta watch the video, we gotta watch the video, and it's like, yeah, no, he's the only thing he's detected is a sick ass hat. Okay, on a hat rack.
Dude, that hat do be fucking pretty intense.
He was very good at detecting that this hat would make him look super cool. I think that that's fire and good for him.
And highly uncommon in the most talkative and psychopathic suspects, as the latter group is much more confident in lying directly.
Mark, look at me. Yeah, look at me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can you be honest with me? You called 911 tonight. 911, and you told the dispatcher that you wanted to kill yourself. Do you know why you would tell them that you wanted to kill yourself?
In the last 10 years, there's been 3 times that I wanted to kill myself. If I'd said that tonight, if you want me to be honest with you.
Dude. Exactly. That's why this entire thing is like bunk.
Yeah, just kind of keeping things fun.
Well, she's, in a meeting, I can't necessarily say things and stuff. So.
Law tip. In a court of law, this guy is 100% an expert. Getting someone qualified as an expert in a field is so fucking easy in the States is crazy. That's why we have junk science like firearm tool mark analysis admissible in court.
So does she see patients? Like, is she, like, FaceTiming patients, or?
You want me to give you a quick brief of what happened? This guy's a Raytheon guy, okay, in the NASA shirt. He killed his whole family, including the dogs, and he lit the house on fire. Then he called 911 and said he wanted...
Like how Hassan never mentions a cat.
...to commit suicide.
Got something against cats, Hassan?
Then the cops showed up, and we got debated by this... we got clickbaited by this, like, ridiculous title. This is Genius Scientist versus Expert Detective.
I feel like you kind of clickbaited us, Hassan. I feel like I probably would have, had a better opportunity just looking at this on my own.
Yes, he killed a cat too, but that part I don't really care about that much, okay?
Oh, fuck you.
Okay. Yes,
fuck
he killed
you,
3
Son.
dogs, and also, I guess he killed a cat as well. Okay. Anyway. Man, fucking God. Cat lovers will take that shit so seriously.
Yeah, I will, bitch. I mean, was that it? Well, I guess it was. I mean, to be fair, I suppose that was pretty much about, like, all you can, like, do with that, I guess. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of why I like Explore With Us or JCS, because they're pretty much straight to the point and have, like, a genuine, like, pretty decent in-depth analysis when it comes to stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know what channel that was, but, like, it seems like, that channel's a little bit of a debate. But I feel like Hassan, was more debating us a little bit, because, like, it's like, hey, I was a little intrigued. I kind of want to see, what his confession was, but, whatever. You know what, fine. That's how you want to be? That's how you want to be. But, I guess he killed his whole family and a bunch of dogs and a cat. Agrees shit back, so. But I kind of want to know what the outcome was, so, I mean, come on. You know what, maybe one day we'll check it out, but not now. I'm gonna at least get this last little bowl smoked, and I'll go for the rest of the evening, or morning, I guess, at this point, so. Yeah. Anyway, peace out. Of course, see y'all on that next one. So.